Hypocrisy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Lawsplaining the Interwebs. I am your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. And with me today is the ever banned, the never free, the taped mouth, Adam Crigler.
I'm not allowed. I'm almost nervous to say anything.
Yeah,
like, you just brought me on as like a token to just sit here, right?
Sorry, I got nervous.
Just in case.
I thought I had to remove you already.
No promises. Okay. If it happens, I'm sorry.
I can't well, I'm about to eat a ban. I'm about to eat a 7-day.
Are you?
Yeah.
For what? For this show?
No, not for this show.
Let's lean into it then.
Law and Crime has been
shit.
Turbo F slurs, and they have set a delayed strike. Have you seen the delayed copyright takedown thing that YouTube does?
No. I'm sure I will eventually.
They're
gonna hit me with that next, so they don't delete my channel, but as soon as my second strike falls off in like the middle of March, they'll be like, all right, now it's time. Boom, another 2 weeks. Got to keep you in line, Adam.
So it's this beautiful, the delayed copyright takedown is this beautiful thing where they don't do a copyright strike, but they give you 7 days to reach out to the copyright holder to try and resolve it. So you can either do nothing and get a strike. You will get one.
Wow.
Or you can delete the video and not get a strike. Or you can reach out to the person and try and resolve the copyright issue.
All right, so I can see what's going on. You're basically giving a big fuck you. I'm not deleting shit, and I'm going to take that strike. Is that what's happening?
For now, that's the current plan.
I like it.
We have asked them to prove that they own the footage, and they have refused to respond to us. Us being my lawyer, right?
Yeah.
My lawyer contacted their lawyer, and instead of ever, responding, they did this instead. So, would love to have a justifiable reason to delete the video. I don't think they have a legitimate claim, and we've expressed that, but would love to be shown where we're wrong on this. But that being said, for now, this is the dumb part of the system. You have to wait for the strike to hit before you can appeal it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which is why would you do that?
Yeah, right. Like, I see it's there. Can I not appeal it right now?
Yeah, and I double checked.
Does anything for me because they've rejected every single strike I've gotten.
Well, copyright appeals work a little bit different than guidelines, right? Because with copyright appeals, it's basically, no, here's my basis for fair use. Now sue me.
Yeah.
Right. Like if that's how you want to play this, then that's the dance we'll do. I contend that all of the footage I've used from Law and Crime is either not owned by them or whatever small modicum of footage they can claim ownership of that I may have used that literally was from a pooled media feed. That footage is subject to fair use, of course, and I added commentary and analysis that did not exist in the original work. So it's a new thing. And so with that, I think we easily have a fair use argument. And if they want to take it to court, I'm certainly happy to oblige. I would prefer if they just fucked right off.
Yeah.
But if they want to do the legal process, we'll do it. But I just think it's ridiculous that I have to eat a strike and get a suspension for something rather than just appeal it ahead of time. I mean, it's dumb. It's dumb.
It's them asserting their dominance over you.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't show up in the numbers for them, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The streaming numbers have been, I think that's what's happening. This new, because they're striking me for an older video, but this new video, they are, or this new trial, this Curtis Reeves trial down in Florida, beating them on live stream numbers and post stream numbers, beating them by 20 to 40% per
Well,
video.
that's huge.
And
That's what they want. They want to get rid of you, even
yeah,
if it's for a week, whatever.
yeah. So it's anyway, pissing me off, but I'll be banned right there with you, buddy.
Hell yeah.
So
Play some Twitch games or some shit.
oh yeah, we'll be doing something. Elden Ring's about to come out.
Oh
Um,
yeah. I got it pre-ordered.
Total War Warhammer 3 comes out what, tomorrow or something
Uh,
like that?
I don't know. I know that you're a big fan of the Warhammer stuff, so I'm sure you'll be playing it.
Yeah, well,
My only
no.
experience with Warhammer is watching you suck.
That's the thing. I hate strategy. I'm so fucking bad at strategy games. I hate
Yeah.
it, and it's like, but this is all you make, and so I have to play them.
Chat's saying it's already out. It's out now.
Well, it's out today then.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Cool.
Very cool. The problem I have with it, of course, is that so Total War, it's a Total War game, and they take hours.
What is that, like, real-time strategy style?
It's like Civilization plus real-time strategy fights.
Okay.
So
cool.
yeah, so you have the empire building and all that stuff, and then you also, like, the fights are their own real-time strategy maps, and they're really cool. The campaigns are fun. Dare I say there's no, there's not. I won't say it. There's not good stories. It doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
there's just fun campaign elements, and each faction has its own unique stuff to it, and stuff within each faction that makes it very replayable. They just take hours and hours and hours to play the fucking game. And so that's the only problem I have with it. I'm like, I don't have hours. When they made Total War Warhammer 1, I had lots of hours. Now I have 0.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I figured, this is now tradition, right? Anytime you get banned, I'm inviting you on the show.
I love it.
would love to invite you while you're alive. While you're not
I mean, I'm
banned.
alive. Yeah.
Well, your channel, though.
Last time I checked.
You're like in a coma.
This is Earth still, right? I think so.
No, when you
I don't know where am I? I'm in some, like, purgatory right now.
That is weird. Your background got very drab.
Yeah, I know.
Are you traveling again?
I am. Yeah, I'm traveling again.
You're always traveling. Were you just on you were on Elijah's show, right?
Yeah, yesterday, the past 2 days, I was in Texas. It was awesome. And You Are Here. Shout out to You Are Here people, Sydney and Elijah. They're both great, and I had a great time. Patriot J joined us. Carrie Smith joined us the previous night. I was bombarded with racial absurdities on Slightly Offensive. Did you go on Slightly Offensive?
No, I was not there at the time that it aired, and I wish I want to.
You would really fit well into that show.
What the biggest surprise for me was actually, like, I heard about Slightly Offensive, and then I found out that it was a Blaze TV production. And so then I went and I watched it, and I'm like, how the fuck is this on the Blaze? This is
how am I getting the strikes? That's what I want to know. I mean, those 3 shows I was just on, 2 You Are Here's and 1 Slightly Offensive, all 3 of them said some crazy shit. They're promoting drugs from Dr. Zelenko. They're talking about some racist shit. And I'm like, how am I I'm so mellow. My show is so chill.
Yeah, I cannot figure out why you keep getting struck, because all I can figure out is, like, you like rejected the advances of some, like, transgendered mutant at YouTube. Like, you didn't know, right? You didn't
basically
know. Someone sent you a DM that you never even saw, and they're like,
he didn't suck my dick. What the fuck?
My very feminine penis was not sucked by Adam Crigler. Now I'm gonna ban that motherfucker every time I get. Never in a row, though. I'm always gonna let one strike fall off. So he's always got 2 weeks
just to keep me right on the edge. So I'm like, just toeing the line. Oh my goodness. Is that Susan? Does she actually secretly have a penis down there somewhere?
Secretly, Susan is the ultimate Fuda.
Oh,
she's gotta be. She's got to be, because, like, when you're powerhouse CEO Polish lady with a giant Polish nose and a name that no one can pronounce, I think you have to have sex with your underlings in a dominant way.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, she's taking them all to Pound Town. You're gonna like it. You're gonna ban.
Would you say she Murphy's people, or?
No, gets
She
well,
gets.
yeah, she makes them into Murphys,
Wait.
I guess. So what
Put this
does that
beard
mean?
on. It's just like
No,
she's got
okay,
cutouts of the beard.
she just, she is Dr. Dickenballs then, right?
Ah, she's
Because
Doc.
she
Maybe she is Dr. Dickenballs.
gotta be. She knew
Gotta be it.
everything.
She knew it
She
was.
the full power of YouTube behind her, Google's resources. She's like, "I'm going to destroy Jack Murphy today because I
Yeah.
sent him a DM and he refused to suck
And
my dick."
he never. I mean, maybe he did, and she just didn't. I mean, it is
He
Jack
used
Murphy we're talking about.
he
I don't know.
Oh my god. What a disaster. What a disaster
Never
YouTube
go full
is right
Murphy.
now.
Yeah, someone in chat said.
Never.
It's so
Never.
good.
Well, I hope to be on You Are Here again very soon. I would love to get on Slightly Offensive. I really enjoyed my time down in Texas.
Mhm.
A little too much one night. A little
Oh,
too
yeah? I
much.
heard about
Yeah,
that. I
it
heard
was
you had
not
some
great.
fun one night.
I don't know if fun describes it.
They don't bring me out. I go back to my hotel, and I'm just twiddling my thumbs like, "Cool, that was fun. I guess I'll
Yeah.
go home
Well,
now."
it's, I'll tell you the story sometime. It was
Okay.
an experience that I'm not familiar with actually.
Okay.
Not used to having that experience at all. But
What
I
the fuck does that mean? Chat,
my well,
are you with me? Don't you wanna know? I feel like you
well
owe it
okay,
to us
so
now.
here's what happened. So I'm on the You Are Here show,
'Kay.
and I had several high octane liquors, which was fine. I
Okay.
felt great, and then I
Mhm.
went out to the bar.
I tried that bourbon you were drinking. It's good. The Smokehouse or something?
Yeah,
That
that
was
stuff
good
is
stuff.
good.
Yeah,
I
I was
liked it.
drinking on that bottle yesterday. Go ahead, please.
So then I go out to the bar with Savannah
Okay.
and some other people
Mhm.
that I did not know but met. They were very nice and was buying people drinks and stuff. And I think I don't remember having more than 2 drinks at the bar. I really don't. I must have.
Famous last words there.
I must have
Don't remember.
because all of a sudden I'm in the fucking bathroom vomiting profusely into the
Oh,
toilet. And, like I had been drinking a million drinks, like way too much. I don't even remember like what the fuck happened. I don't
huh.
remember going into the bathroom. I don't remember much of anything. But then I was helped out of the bathroom by some lovely gentlemen who then helped me into an Uber and sent me back to my hotel. And
Wow.
I'm like, what the? I've never in my life
Really?
had that happen.
You've never thrown up at a bar or club?
No,
Really?
no, yeah. I don't usually go out to bars.
All right, chat. I'm talking to you real
No,
quick. No,
but
you be quiet. This is between me and chat. Do
okay.
you believe this guy or not? Is this guy, is he lying or is he telling the truth? What do you think? I think it's bullshit.
Swear to God. Swear to God. Sparks on her. Swear to God. No, I don't typically go to bars because I don't have a
Everyone's saying that you got roofied.
dude
Did
like
your
with
butthole like hurt in the
no
morning
that
when you
was the
woke up?
thing. When I woke up, my butt didn't hurt and I had all my
Okay,
credit
good.
cards.
All
So
right, so that's good.
I was like this, but I was seriously thinking this could have gone bad. And I think I may have fallen because my cheek and the side of my head were like in pain. There wasn't any marks, but
Yeah.
there was pain on the bone. And so like I
Huh.
honestly the roofie thing crossed my mind legitimately. I don't
Hmm.
know who the fuck would have done it.
I
And
know,
there
like
it doesn't
you,
make any
who would,
sense.
I mean, who's gonna roofie that, right? I mean,
I'm
come
I'm
on.
I'm a boring married guy, right? Just and like I said, I
Jeez.
wasn't even really I was buying other people drinks. Just
Mhm.
I'm like, yeah, here, have fun, because whatever. I'm just here on business expenses. Go for it. I'm gonna write this
Mm.
shit off.
Yeah.
And then I checked. Oh, the worst. I woke up in the morning. I'm like, oh fuck, what's my credit card bill look like? Right?
Shit.
So,
Did
my
I
worst.
leave the tab open?
And no, it was like less than $100. I'm like, is this a discount bar? What the hell? I remember buying a bunch of people drinks, so I don't know. It
Yeah,
was weird, man.
dude, I was at my hotel last night and I had a 7 a.m. flight and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be rough. I'm gonna go get some whiskey. I go down to the bar and I'm like, look, they have like Jack Daniels, Jameson, and I'm like, the worst options because
Yeah. Oh
I,
God.
I like good whiskey, not shit whiskey. And I was like, whatever. Oh, that's like a nicer Maker's Mark. I guess I'll have that.
Maker's 46 or whatever.
Yeah, whatever that one was. And I was like, all right, I'll
Yeah.
take that. And she grabs a glass and she just starts pouring, like not checking it. She fills like half the thing. I'm like, okay. And then she goes, "That'll be $3.50." I'm like, what the fuck? $3.50 for that? Yeah, oh yeah. Here's my card. Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't even drink it all. It was ridiculous.
Dude, so it was so after that, the next day I was in bad feeling.
Mm.
Slept a lot and then eventually went out. I ended up and a bunch of people were like, "Oh, can I buy you a drink?" And I'm like, "No." Cuz I feel like I'm dying.
I'm good.
Uh
Thank you.
but I did eventually have one Maker's Mark that took me probably an hour and a half to drink. Maker's Mark with ice, and the ice was fully melted, and I was drinking water with a little bit of liquor in it. It was,
Ugh.
but it was weird, man. I've never felt like that, and I've gotten pretty trashed, right, on stream and stuff like that a
Yeah.
couple times as for fun,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that was that.
I think we've been a little buzzed before.
But this was something very different, and it very likely could have been that you notice that whiskey that you drank
Mhm.
on You Are Here
Yeah,
is
yeah.
60% alcohol almost.
Okay.
It's like 56%. So it
That's
could have
low,
just
isn't it?
been no 40 is your standard
Oh, so
whiskey.
it's strong.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's like half. It's like 50. It's almost 50% stronger than a normal drink. So every
Yeah.
drink's a drink and a half.
Okay.
And so, it could have just been that stuff kicked in late on
Mm.
me, and then the other drinks caught up all at the same time, but
Yeah.
it felt very weird. I legitimately thought, I'm like, "Did someone slip something in my drink and then, like, just not rate
No.
me?" Like, they
No,
should've.
we know that didn't happen because look at you. So,
No, but they
we're good.
didn't rate me, so I think so if you say that we know that didn't happen because look at you, it would've been like, "No, you're too hot to resist." But
Eh.
see, I think it's more likely that someone roofied me and then they were like, "You know what? I've had second thoughts."
Like,
Pull
now
the pants down, I'm like,
they got into the bathroom. The light
yeah,
was on, and they're like, "Whoa, that nose
that's like a
way bigger
look,
than I thought."
that's a 40-year-old man's ass now that I think about it. I don't wanna be doing this at all. I'm just gonna let this guy throw up into a toilet. It'll be fine. So, I don't know, man. It was weird.
That's
It
funny.
was weird. I was not comfortable with what happened. And it was entirely my fault. I'm not blaming anybody. But, it was
We
like
all know who it was. It was Murphy. You know it.
yeah.
It's a
It's
vendetta,
like
man.
but I seriously I thought this is why I bring my wife with me when
Mm,
I go do stuff because there's no way I would have, had that happen with her around. So,
yeah. Well,
but,
there you go. I'm glad you made it
yeah.
home.
But I gotta let, that's life experiences, man. Life experiences.
Mhm,
It was a wild
mhm.
night. But then the next day, hung out with Brittany Venti and Eric July, guy named Eric Rowland, Power Keg Greg from the chat here, a couple guys from my Discord, my editor, and
Cool.
we spent like all day at this barbecue joint with a bar, and then we went to another bar and hung out and played Cards Against Humanity, and just had a very chill evening. It was fun.
That's dope. I like that.
So
Yeah. Sav, what's up with let me talk to the You Are Here people or also Sav and Elijah. Like, what's up? You guys don't want to hang out with me when I come? I thought we were cool. He's going out with you guys, going to the bar, playing Cards Against Humanity. I get nothing. I go back to
nothing.
my hotel. I feel like a chump.
Yeah, it's
Missed opportunities.
yep. Well, maybe you should be more fun.
I
Just
guess
try
so.
that. Try a personality or something. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I'm still trying to find one, man. I'm still looking. My backdrop and like my outfit. I just this is me basically, just boring, gray, nothing. You know.
You've got like is that a full size guitar or is that a snub size guitar?
Yeah, it's a classical.
Okay, for some reason the neck on it looks a little stout to me, but I think it's just the camera and my
Well,
lack of
no, it's
familiarity.
because it's nylon strings and they're a little wider necked.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking it looks short, but it's probably just because it's wide.
Yeah, yeah, it's a wide boy.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, what have you been, Sword and Scale says Zuby tried to slip you something and tap that.
He does
Uh,
identify as a woman when it fits his needs.
can we get a little gay over Zuby's voice? That dude sounds like fucking velvet when he talks.
Okay. Um
Just gotta say it.
Sure. Yeah. I really like Zuby a lot.
Yeah.
He is, you talked about life experiences a second ago, but in a different circumstance, Zuby's been around and has seen a lot of really different perspectives on the planet, and recognizes the West for what it is, which is spoiled, entitled, and um, we're we're living in a world where most of the people that live here have no idea how good they have it in this
Yeah.
planet, and he's got a lot of amazing points that people need to hear. They don't want to hear it, but they need to, and I really like Zuby a lot. He's doing good work.
Yeah, I was talking to him a little bit before the show, and stuff, and we were just having, we were all like in, just having conversations, before or after or both. It doesn't really matter.
Mm,
But and he was talking about some of that, and like he was talking about, distances in Europe being so much different than they are in the US. Because like
totally.
here, you travel 1,000 miles, and he was like, how far did you come, from Minnesota to Dallas? Like, yeah, it's like 1,000 miles, right? Little slightly under, but it's pretty close to 1,000 miles.
Yeah,
He's like, in the same thing, I can be in like 7 different countries
it's true.
from the UK.
I mean,
And they have
4-hour drive from pretty much any European country, you're in another country or gone through a country to get to a different country.
right. And not only that, there's a literal cultural identity shift when you actually change countries, because we
Mhm.
have sovereign states, and it's like some, states are different, but it's Minnesota and Wisconsin are pretty similar.
Yeah,
Minnesota, South Dakota are pretty similar,
true.
outside of some politics, but the people are pretty much the same. Like France to Germany is a pretty big difference.
True. That's why I mean, I've actually traveled around Europe a lot, and I always get the, "Oh, you're American. I know everything about you." And I'm like, "Because I'm American?" And then they always have their stereotypical American thing, but it's like you said Wisconsin and Minnesota are similar, but that is so different from like Washington State, the people who
Yeah,
live
yeah,
in,
yeah.
in Portland, Oregon versus Texas, versus Florida folk, it's like we are not the same, So I always counter with, oh, so you're basically the same as like, French people because you're German. Oh, you guys are right next to each other. So you're the same, right? And they're like, whoa, you just basically crossed the line, sir. I'm like,
Fermez
hey,
la bouche.
it's the same shit though, You're closer to France than I am to California.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't identify with Californians. Well,
See,
I know some
Canada's
cool
all in one spot
Californians, but
though.
Canada, yeah, because
Yeah,
it's all like
Canada's all
right on our border.
right. Well, no, it's not even that. Canada's all, it's like one row of cities.
Yeah, yeah.
You've got like Ottawa, Ontario, Toronto, and they're in Alberta, and they're all in the same spot. And
Hmm.
it takes like 10 minutes to get to any of them from
That's
any
true.
other one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Unless
Because
the
that's how
West Coast.
I think of Canada. I think of it as like just a giant country that is like, here's Alberta, here's Edmonton or
Hmm.
whatever, and then here's Toronto, and then here is how do I make a K? So I spelled cuck. That's the joke.
Okay, we were doing it backwards, so I was like, "What is going on here?"
I can't. Like what? Like I'm a professional? Like I have an idea of how my camera even looks. If I knew how my camera looks, I would probably change everything about
Sure,
the
you
show.
would. Yeah, I'm
Uh,
sure. I'm sure. I believe you.
but yeah, no, it's weird. It's weird because I do think that way though. Like I try not to, but when I think of Canada, I'm always like, you're in Canada. That person's in Canada. They're like, yeah, hey, we're like 1,200 miles away, or like 1,700 kilometers, and that weirds me out because it's so fucking far. They don't have, I mean, they have provinces, but they're not states. They're a pretend country. Not even real. They still recognize a monarchy across the sea. What a fucking
Do they really?
weirdos. Yeah, they still
I
the
don't know
queens.
anything about Canada.
They still have the queen on their money.
So okay. I don't even think I've ever seen Canadian money before.
Oh,
I didn't think it existed.
I have some up in my jacket. I could go get it, but because I'm too lazy to exchange it back. But
Mhm.
yeah, they have that haggard old bag on their money still. It's like, what are you
She's
doing?
still alive?
Yeah,
She is, right?
she's like the most popular political figure on the planet.
How is it politics though? I thought like the
Well, it's
royals are
pretended
separate.
ticks.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. All right.
yeah, but like they love the UK like loves the royalty consistently in polling. They poll higher than everybody else. It's like, why do you like these people? They're just born. They're literally the definition of everything everyone hates. They're just born into wealth and power,
Yep.
and they're just figureheads of like whatever. And they're like, yeah, but they get married and we get to have a celebration. It's like, oh my god, everybody gets married all the time.
It's like
So
watching.
weird.
It's like watching when the royals, the new royal gets married, or Harry and Meghan Markle want to avoid the spotlight, so they go and write a whole book about their entire lives and go on tour talking about it.
Yeah, it's like, what
Why
was
do
their
we
life?
care?
Well, he was born very, very wealthy with unlimited power and instant notoriety by virtue of his name, and then he carried that on forever. Like at least, like Paris Hilton can screw it up, right? A little bit,
Mm-hmm.
not
Be the
much
bad
though. I
girl.
mean, she did okay for herself, right?
I, did
She
she?
turned her name. Oh, dude, she turned her name into $1 billion brand,
I don't know
like on her
anything about
own.
her brands at all, but
Doesn't
I
matter.
believe it was a sex tape or something. I don't even know. How did
That
she
that
do it?
helped. That helped do
Is
it.
that what happened? Is that a real
Yeah.
thing?
Oh yeah.
I was just taking a stab at it. I
I
figured
mean,
it's
she
worth a
did a
shot.
sex tape, but she had like a fashion line or whatever, and it was literally just, this is my brand, my name, Paris Hilton is
Mm,
how it was billed. Oh, by the way, I hang out with Lionel Richie's like long lost daughter or whatever, and we do cocaine and crack.
right,
But
and make a reality show about it.
yeah,
So
but
see how much of a mess we are.
it's amazing. Like to give her credit, she actually turned that into more money than she started with. So that's always positive to see.
What I find interesting is all these people that are, against the establishment, like damn the man, but then they're backing the royals, they're backing the government, they're with the corporations. It's like this new movement to be. They think it's edgy to actually go along with the establishment. It's like, do you
Yes.
do you see what's happening right now? They got you.
Yeah. Well, they forgot what establishment means, and so
Hmm.
they're just with it now because the establishment. The funny thing is, in my circles of the internet, people are always like, why do people keep or why do companies keep buying into these weirdos on what the hell? My shirt's all uneven. Why do these companies keep listening to weirdos on Twitter and doing this like Black Lives Matter shout outs they're so fake and everybody can see through them, and yet like, as much as it doesn't really translate into, I don't think, dollars in the same way that it would if they were just kind of neutral and appealed to everybody, but
Hmm.
it does translate into what might be more valuable, which is overall brand loyalty. They're
Hmm.
buying leftism by the bucket, and they're holding on to people who otherwise, like, don't have, they're for the establishment, the people who would be tearing it down.
But
Uh
it feels like those types of people on the left, they're either the super elites that have all the money, or like
yeah.
no job people that don't have any money at all. So it's like the core group of people are like, I'm not going to support your business. How does that work? How do they still maintain an income,
That's what
profits?
I can't figure out, except for the limited number of businesses that do that and appeal to the elites who are venture capital funders.
Mm,
Because when you have like Give Send, or not Give Send Go, GoFundMe and Patreon, for example, and Twitter, and some of these places, they are funded by those people. They're
yeah.
funded by people with strongly left values, but they're that upper echelon, those ultra elite, super rich, people with hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, the unfathomable wealth that's out there, and though one of those is worth all of the jobless lefties that you can
That's
get
true. Yeah.
if you're in the right type of business. Now, it doesn't make sense for like Arby's or something, right? Because Arby's needs to sell $5 sandwiches,
Right.
and they're not getting a venture capital infusion. So it doesn't make as much sense for them. But for some of the tech companies, video game companies, journalist companies, it really does. It makes a ton of sense because they can be loss leaders for a very long time with a big enough infusion of capital.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
Especially if
my
they
theory, anyway.
yeah, if they have the established game already, where like Fortnite, for example. they
Yeah.
have the younger generation hooked on Fortnite, and they make an insane amount of money on Fortnite. And it's like me going, I'm not going to play Fortnite. I don't actually know if it's woke or not. It's just not my style of game. Plus,
Me either.
I don't really like the graphic style of it either. So both the gameplay and the graphics, I'm like, I have zero interest in this game. But if
Yeah.
they suddenly turned it to be like super woke, is that going to change the people who play it? Not in the slightest, you know?
No, because their audience is so young that
Hmm.
they don't one, they don't see it,
Exactly.
because they don't have the
Not
frame of
not
reference.
consciously, but it is making a
Yeah.
difference in the long scheme of things. They're gonna like subtly be affected by what they're seeing in that game, and these people know it.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know?
it influences kids for sure, but I
Hmm.
don't think, they don't have the frame of reference to identify, the woke aspects of it. Like, it's amazing when when I even hear some of the stuff my kids will talk about in passing, where they just adopt some language, from culture. They pick it up on a YouTube video or whatever, and it's
Dropping
nothing
N
like,
bombs in the kitchen.
no, no, God, that'd be funnier. But no, it's just I don't even know how to articulate some of the stuff. It's just the way that they talk is very internety,
Yeah.
not in the Halo 2 chat room kind of way, but in just like normie YouTube video stuff. You see it picked up, and it's like, okay, they speak this language natively. So
Yeah.
then if like woke shit goes into there, if you're not careful and woke shit goes in, they don't know how to discern that this is garbage. And so you have to keep a watch on what they're watching.
Hmm.
And I mean, we do to the extent that you can. But it's an impossible task. What you're going to review every video, because there could be 100 videos from a creator that have nothing to do with that, and then one video where they're like, okay, it's time to talk about this, and then
Yeah.
you'd never know.
And you miss it.
So
Yeah.
so you try to like identify this stuff, but those kids speak that language natively, whereas we were all raised on normal, what we consider to be normal, which is now the old fashioned sort of
Yep.
ideas. And so
Pre-internet
when we see this stuff come creeping in, we can tell it's like, oh, this is bullshit. But for them,
propaganda.
they've never known a Superman that wasn't gay, right? Or a Superman that wasn't getting raped.
I can't believe they did that shit. But you're right. They're trying to normalize a lot of shit, especially sexualizing children, and dude, that shit drives me crazy. Like, fuck anyone who's trying to do that.
Yeah.
And they're trying to put it in these comic books, and it wouldn't surprise me if Fortnite comes out with that freaking gorilla with the dildos all over it. Like, if I saw that in the game, it'd be like, yep, yep, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do. I remember. Speaking of sexualizing children, I think there's a topic we should probably hit tonight,
Oh god.
involving Facebook, or Meta, I should
Oh,
say.
okay.
Are you familiar with this?
No, I don't know what this is about.
Oh, well, a YouTube channel that catches predators
Okay.
happened to catch they catfished a Facebook exec.
A Facebook executive.
So there's some level of I don't know if they're high up in Facebook, I guess. I don't know if they're fully executive. I think so, though.
That's frightening,
Um,
dude.
so and there, I believe there's audio
Oh my
of it.
gosh.
So we'll probably talk about that in a minute, because it's amazing. You're out here getting banned for saying something, and I think what you got hit for this time. What did you get hit for this time? Was it medical stuff again?
No, it was I was talking about um I what I think happened. I mentioned the fact that when I asked the question, when does enough fraud become widespread fraud?
Oh, okay, yeah,
And that was it. I wasn't I never said anyone won something. Actually, I even in the episode that I got a strike for, I say YouTube does not allow you to say this or this, and I'm not saying these things, and I have to make sure when I am talking about this other stuff
yeah,
to avoid these things. So it's like the algorithm picked up me saying I'm not allowed to say this stuff, and gave me a strike for it. I talk about I'm probably going to get a strike just for even telling you guys about what I'm not allowed to talk about. And I did. I got a
Yeah.
strike for that video.
God, it's so stupid because it's like that is a legitimate question that has nothing to do with the results of any, any
Exactly.
election.
Right.
It has nothing to do with the results of any election, but there is some point where it happens.
And it
And
did happen. There are cases that mainstream media has reported on, but like, how am I not allowed to talk about it because I'm a
right.
smaller channel?
And to be clear, those cases, if true, would not change the results of anything. They they
Correct.
they would not.
And
Um,
I never made claim that they did even in the video. And that's what they told me. You're not allowed to say that anything would have changed the results. And I made it very clear that I wasn't saying that. And
yeah.
we're not saying that now, YouTube. All right.
No, we're not even talking about the subject. We're talking about the meta subject, which is the strike itself and how YouTube's
Correct.
policies are applied. And they're applied inconsistently, unfairly, and there is no recourse. There is no way for a streamer to go, hey, listen, you fucking dummy. This isn't actually what I said. If you listen here, I'll explain it to you. Because
Mm-hmm.
I've tried to do that with my last strike when I was like, what you struck me for, I did not say. I didn't
Exactly.
do it. And how
Same.
do I communicate that to you? And they're like, well, you can't. We've already done our review of your appeal and it was denied. It's like you denied it in 20 minutes. You didn't have even time to check the timestamp. You didn't even tell me the timestamp.
Yep.
So it's a stupid policy that's implemented poorly by people who don't know what they're doing and I hate to put it this way, but they may not actually have English as a first language.
True.
And if you don't, you might miss idioms and
Nuances. Yeah.
yeah, and just the way that language is communicated, and they may think that something is happening. It may miss sarcasm, right?
Well, I think it has everything to do with being on the correct side of the narrative. I mean, look at
yeah.
Twitter right now, allowing the list of the donor list, from the Give Send Go that was hacked, and everyone's like, "Oh, how is this being shared around?" Like, it goes
Remember
directly against their terms of service, and they're like, "Well, you know what? But it
remember
fits
that
our narrative, though."
that hack materials policy was in full force when
Yep.
Hunter Biden's laptop, which was not hacked,
Mm-hmm.
which was not even password protected and was not even in the possession of Hunter Biden. In fact, according to basically all of the story anyone can discern, it was abandoned property that
Yep.
was opened up without incident. And it was like, oh shit, what do I have here?
Like,
And
whoa,
and
this is disgusting.
right. And so it's like this is not hacked materials, but this stuff, the Give Send Go, is absolutely hacked materials. In fact, they took the fucking site down for a couple days
And
and
the
had it.
guy's walking around going, "I did it. Haha, that's right. Come at me." Like, what?
Anyone on the right does that. If you did that to GoFundMe, you're in prison.
Yep.
Like you are going this is financial fraud. This is interfering with financial transactions
Mhm.
across state lines using an interstate communications device. You are going to federal prison,
Yep.
and it's not short. It's 20 something years for each instance that you breached the private property of Give Send Go or of GoFundMe. Give
Mhm.
Send Go. I mean, of course, fuck them.
No, no, no.
That's the
You got to switch around. Go fund me.
No, I'm saying that's the attitude of like the feds.
Oh,
Fuck
right, right,
Give
right.
Send Go, they say.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah,
need to
exactly.
protect. They'll protect a GoFundMe, they'll protect a Patreon, but you get an independent company out there that doesn't have $1 billion of liberal money
It
shoved up its
feels like
ass.
you know what it feels like? We're getting closer and closer to the point where they lose all the control. They're like, shit, everyone's realizing, like, that meme where all you gotta do is stand up and like the game ends. Like, all of us are coming together. We're realizing, hey, we can end this because there's a shit ton more of us, and we're free, and there's a small, tiny percentage of them that are trying to control us all. Which I do talk about often on my show, which is maybe another reason they don't like me. I mean, imagine if Trump said, "Hey, all you Black Lives Matter protesters that are or Antifa who are trying to get into the federal courthouse, I'm going to freeze your assets. I'm going to have
Yes.
the banks cut you off from money, so you can't even go buy food anymore, because you're doing what I don't want you to do. People would be in an uproar. They would freak out. But Trudeau's doing it, and everyone's like, well, I mean, the truckers are not going anywhere. Now I'm seeing people holding stacks of, have you seen the stacks of Canadian money now? Just
No.
huge stacks. People are posting pictures like, I withdrew all my money from the bank. And that's what people are doing. They're taking all their money out of the bank. And it's like, the banks are, what are you going to do now, banks? How are you going to freeze my assets now that I took it out? It's like, ooh, man, those
Yeah,
bankers are going to be nervous.
but then it's going to start hitting the next thing. It's going to start hitting utilities or whatever they have that you need to
True.
pay. It's like, oh, public utilities in Canada, watch this. They won't accept cash soon. Because due to the large influx of cash and our inability to process all of it safely for our employees, we're going to switch to an electronic only payment system. And sorry, eh? You know,
good luck
we're not
surviving
gonna,
in Canada with no heat.
yeah, and because that's what they tried to do with the gas thing,
Yep.
right? Like, oh, we'll just take the truckers' gas. We weren't doing that. We were just looking for the illegal gas there. It's like, oh, sure.
What about the firewood you were taking?
Right.
It's wood. What's illegal about that, dude? It's
But
insane.
not accepting cash is illegal.
Is
Sure.
that true?
I mean, kind of, but I don't know if it is in Canada, and if it
Yeah.
is, for how long? You're under government emergency powers, man.
Mm-hmm.
A whole lot of stuff. By the way, keeping you out of church is illegal in the United States. They did it for a year straight. And in some states, they still have limitations on church. They did it. They lost a couple cases, and in other cases, they won in the restriction state. That's flatly illegal and interference with your right to freely exercise your religion, which would involve your regular worship service. They just went ahead and shut that down because we're under emergency powers. Because I don't know if you heard, but there's a pandemic.
I don't believe it anymore.
So it's like it may be illegal. It may be illegal now, but you're under emergency powers, and suddenly legality changes very dramatically. And if you think those emergency powers are going anywhere, I said when they started that they weren't going anywhere, and they're still here 2 years later.
That's crazy. We got countries all over the planet that are like, all right, it's over. We're done. Bunch of Scandinavian countries, Sweden, Denmark, Finland. I think Norway just ended all restrictions. Like, they're completely open, like done. They're like, it is no longer a threat. This is not me saying it, YouTube. This is actually what they are doing over there in Scandinavia. I don't know if England is doing it as well. I know Boris Johnson got in trouble because of a party. So then he was like, maybe we should lift it all up now. Be happy. Don't be mad at me. But they're now realizing, shit, these other countries, well, don't look anywhere else, guys. Don't look anywhere else. There's still reason to fear here. They're all Nazis. Right. They're coming for your children. Like, what?
And the way it works here in the US, and this is something for everybody to be cautious of, because what they're going to do, like Gavin Newsom, if he's up for re-election, I don't know if he's up for re-election. He won the recall, but I think that doesn't reset his counter or whatever. So he lifted the pandemic measures in California, or the mask requirement. I think it was just pulled, or it's going in a couple days. Or something like that.
Shit, really?
Indoor masking or whatever is shockingly being lifted in an election year, right? All of this stuff is happening. But the thing to watch out for is, as all of these places lift these restrictions and do this stuff, and they're like, oh, no, everything's, the pandemic's going great. Everything's going fine. We're really seeing a drop in cases, and things are getting better, and it's safer to go out. And as long as you're vaccinated and all that stuff, it's safe to go out. They aren't dropping their emergency powers. So in Minnesota right now, outside of the Twin Cities, you can go into any business or whatever, no mask, walk around, everything's all happy.
Mhm.
We're still under a state of emergency. And it's like, what? I don't see anything resembling an emergency state. The shelves are
Right.
relatively stocked. There's gas in the gas stations. People have electricity. They have heat. They have running water. All of the things that you need to survive are checked off on the boxes in Minnesota. And yet we're still technically under a state of emergency, which means that there's still certain things the government can do at the drop of a hat because they're under those emergency powers. Pretty sure Michigan's the same way. I don't think Whitmer has ever suspended her state of emergency, and I'm pretty sure she never will.
Yeah.
Same. All of these places that are rolling back restrictions are still keeping that trump card that they have in their back pocket of political power, because that's
Mhm.
what they cared about in the first place. And so if they could fool you into thinking that it's over because they took away a mask mandate, or they relaxed a little bit on a vaccine mandate, or a vax pass or whatever, and you're like, oh, thank God. But they kept that emergency power, which will allow them to call in the National Guard at a moment's notice. It'll allow them to freeze assets in a bank account like they're doing in Canada. It'll allow them to shut down businesses with what, a day's notice, whole industries, without analyzing them, because they're under emergency powers, and
Crazy.
things could get bad at any moment. And that's
And
the shit that terrifies me.
you have these cheerleaders out there that are just totally happy to go along with it all. Like, yes, lock us up, lock these people up, take away their bank. I'm so happy that you're finally like cutting them off from money. Thank you for doing this, government. Like, do you not know what comes after that? When these people are gone, guess who's next? You are.
Yeah. Yeah, because you have a wrong opinion somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And when that wrong opinion comes up on the roulette wheel of what is government going to fuck you with today,
Yep.
they're taking your money, they're taking your stuff, they're taking your freedom. And it blows my mind to see the people who are like, yay, I'm so glad they seized 9 million. They took $9 million from the middle class,
Yep.
They just appropriated it to what? Canadian government funds? Who knows what they do with that?
Well,
That was,
they claim that they're giving it back automatically now. They did go back on it, but I mean,
well, GoFundMe did,
what's interest on $9
but
million for 10 days?
so GoFundMe did that, but then the Give Send Go money that
Mhm.
was raised,
Yeah.
that stuff, like TD Bank in Canada, they just froze the account.
Wow.
They're not, as far as I know, they're not returning that money to Give Send Go or the donors, which pisses me off because money is speech, baby. And so they just took American speech and
Yep.
converted it into pro-Canadian government speech
That's
in
crazy.
violation of the rights of Americans. And we have a president who is obligated to defend the free speech rights of Americans. And you know what he said?
M-
Freeze the accounts.
Wow. That's
That's
the world we live in right now. Those are the people that are in control. And
it's
what happens next? That's what I'm worried about. You know, they're shoving down our throats. Ukraine, Russia, Ukraine, and Russia. And I'm like, what about the people in charge here right
yeah,
now? What is going on right here? Our freedoms, our rights, our land, our country is basically being changed, and the rug is being dragged out from under us. And they're trying to like, oh, but look, they're Putin. Look at Putin. He's moving troops
yeah,
towards us.
yeah.
What about us?
It's like,
They're
look,
not. It's not. I've got nothing to do with that. I don't know what. I'm not over there. I don't know what the hell that is. I'm
Ukraine,
supposed
I
to
feel
trust
bad,
you,
but we've got the tree of liberty is thirsty here at home. So we've
dude.
got some.
Biden's planning on giving them $500 million for to help with their border. Like the fuck? What about our border?
Oh, are they going to build a wall?
Yeah, I don't know what they're no, probably selling military equipment, to help
Yeah.
line the pockets of the people that Biden said he was going to line the pockets, or maybe pay someone off in Ukraine that's got some dirt on him. That wouldn't surprise me either.
Yeah, it is funny, right? Like that was the whole scandal, was Biden's ties to Ukraine through Hunter and
Mm-hmm.
through himself, through his open statements about withholding money and coercing their political decisions and all of that while Obama was in office. All of that leads back to Ukraine. And what happens? What happens when things start getting really salty here at home? Suddenly there's a crisis in Ukraine, and a bunch of money is going to go right into that government. And
Yep.
like, I hate to, think that there's something nefarious going on, but I don't know shit about Ukraine or Russia, and I don't have
Same.
time to look into like I don't have the time or resource pack to look into it. Like I'm an American law educated person. I know fuck all about Ukrainian and Russian politics. So
Mm-hmm.
all I know is that we're sending a bunch of taxpayer money from the US over to Ukraine at the behest of Joe Biden. And I have no idea how much of that is earmarked for his own issues over in that country.
10% for the big guy too. Don't from right. You know, we've seen the government lie. They lie. I mean, let's just be honest. The government lies a lot, and um,
Always,
they
every government, by the
yeah.
way, all of them, left, right, center, it doesn't matter who they
Mm-hmm.
are. They could be the gayest fence sitting centrist, that exists, and it would, I'm not going to make the joke. I'm not going to make the joke. And they will still lie because governments lie, because governments absorb power and they grow their power, and you can't do that with honesty as a government, because if the government is honest about what's going on, the people hate it.
Yep.
When it's in expansion mode. The only time government could actually be honest is if it shrunk itself, but no one would believe it. They'd be like, "You're fucking lying."
Yep.
But yeah, so it's not like, well, the left government lies. No, all of them do in different ways on different issues. They all do, and that's it. But at the same time,
No, so we're supposed to believe them now when they're
right?
telling us something's going on over there. Like, I don't know. That's ridiculous. I know nothing about what's going on in Russia, but I'm supposed to believe the mainstream media and the government. Biden. Oh, Biden's telling me something. Cool. Let's believe what Biden has to say. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
it's wild. And like I said, I don't know how to discern this. I know that I have concerns about what's happening at home and to our northern neighbor, because I'm looking north and seeing an absolute infringement on freedom, on
Yep.
basic freedom. And I look around here in the US, and I make a Twitter post about it, and the replies I get terrify me because they're all for it. I mean, not all of them. I'm not saying all of them are for it. I'm saying there are people in my feed who are all for what happened. And then I see people, making comments on the YouTube videos, and it's not easy to determine all the time who's like a fan or subscriber versus who's just happened upon the video. But I see a bunch of people like, nope, they're blocking traffic, and that's where I draw the line. It's like, they're preventing people from going to work. I'm like, no, the Canadian government did that.
For
The
2
Canadian
years.
government stopped people from working. That's what these guys are protesting against. The
Mm-hmm.
government shutting things down. It's
Well,
and it, oh,
Trudeau needs to be the one that shuts everyone down. He's getting jealous. He wants the power.
yeah.
I was watching You Are Here earlier tonight, and I haven't seen this article or anything, but supposedly from what I heard from Elijah is that China is actually looking at what Trudeau's doing and judging him for it and going, "That's pretty tyrannical. It's pretty. That's maybe you should tone it down a little, Trudeau." So
China's like, and this is
China.
coming from us. We bolted people into their apartments. We quarantined them by steel.
It's true. That's crazy they did that. Man, I couldn't believe it. And the labor, the child labor, the Uyghurs,
Yeah.
there's a lot of shit that they're doing that people should frown upon. But for them to say something about Trudeau, it's like, wow. Wow, Trudeau.
Yeah, and I saw someone in the chat, and this is not a negative comment, I don't think, and they pointed out that BLM blocked roads and stuff, and I think what they were
Yeah,
saying is,
they did.
why are people opposed to it now? But
Because they're
it could
told to.
also
That's why.
be phrased as, conservatives were opposed to, and again, I don't think this person was saying this, but it could be phrased as conservatives were opposed when BLM blocked roads, and now they're in support of the truckers blocking roads. And I would argue they're distinctly different scenarios with distinctly different violations going on of rights. And what they're protesting is, I mean, I think the Canadian protest is valid. I don't think the BLM protests are.
I
And
agree with that. Yeah.
that's the big problem that I have. And I'm like,
Yep.
um, and by
And
the way,
The BLM protests, I have no issue with the protests, but when they turned to riots, that's not the same thing. And people think, they think protests and instantly just think about the riots, which they're two different things. Like, hey, you want to protest? It's fine. By the way, your protests are based on lies. So if you want to face that, maybe we can have a conversation. The trucker convoy protest is based on actual shit that they're dealing with. Like, their lives are being shut down. They are being oppressed. Actual oppression, not some made up bullshit that you're told to be upset about.
Yeah, the amazing thing is when you think about what BLM is against, well, it's purportedly against police violence and a couple other things. It's like, I can get on board with some of
Sure.
these
Yeah.
ideas.
I don't like
Okay with.
police violence.
I'm okay with exploring them and having a discussion about them, but then you get into the stuff like, so to solve this, we want to we want to implement racial quotas. It's like, wait, whoa,
Like, whoa, 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 whoa,
no, I'm
whoa.
not there. I'm not with you
And they
on
want to
this.
get rid of the nuclear family. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. No, no, no. Family is
Well,
really the core. We need to bring the core of society back, and that's family. Without family, it's like society crumbles.
and it's like, and then you look at the truckers and you're like, okay, so what these guys want is to go to work and not have their job removed by a mandate to have
Mhm.
medicine shoved into their body that they disagree with. That's
Yep.
it. And this is Canada. A lot of those truckers are probably vaccinated,
Yep. Probably.
because and it's a lot of people are just fine getting vaccinated, but strongly against the mandate to vaccinate. And that is the issue. Like, personally, I am not yet vaccinated. I had COVID. I'm pretty sure I'm relatively okay with it. I haven't had Omicron or anything like that,
Yeah.
and I seem to be doing just fine.
Same here.
But I'm not on paper opposed on Reddit. I'm not on paper opposed to the vaccine. Now, I haven't really researched it. I'm not saying that like I approve or disapprove of this one. I don't care. But in general, with vaccines, I'm relatively okay.
Yeah.
Relatively fine with the concept of it. But this one, the only opposition that I have, because it's the only one I need, is you're trying to force me to take it. And now I say, nah, fuck you.
Yeah.
You don't get to do that.
And
You
the
don't get to do that
extent
to me.
of the force that they're trying to do is in itself suspect.
Yeah.
When I for all the research I do about my show, which is a lot, I'm always reading news articles, different things, science stuff. I
Mhm.
read an equal amount of stuff about the vaccine for me, and I would talk about it on my show, but I can't because
Can't do it.
guaranteed it would have been removed long ago. But I retain that knowledge, so I know a lot about it, and I've read a lot of different things, and for me, I'm also not vaccinated. And I just had COVID in December, and I beat it. I lost my taste buds, and they came back, and I feel healthy. I would rather have COVID injected into my veins than that vaccine. I'm serious. I'm serious. I would give me COVID again. I'll take it. I'll beat it again. I can do that. Um, but
Yeah, it's weird. And of course, we are not making statements about what anyone else should do. We're not giving medical advice or anything like that. People need to
correct.
consult their doctors. They need to consult the experts that they trust, and they should go ahead and do the research themselves and make an educated and informed decision that they don't pick up off of YouTube. All right, that's true. We're talking about our personal perceptions about this whole thing. And again, for me, it has nothing to do with the medicine at all. I'm not a doctor. I don't read the studies. I don't need to. For me, it's the politics. You mandate something and I'm opposed. I'm opposed by
Yep.
default to it. And this is my big problem with it. Please don't force me to get stuff. Because let me decide on my own what I will put into my body that will permanently, it's a permanent thing. And that was a big thing at the Supreme Court with the OSHA mandate. That was one of the big arguments. Once you leave the workplace, you can't take it out of your veins. So it changes. It's a permanent change at home and at work. Every other OSHA regulation, we're talking about workplace safety measures, that when the person goes home, they take off the gloves, the protective boots, the hard hat, all of that stuff. Their house can be as messy and trash filled as they want. It can have debris all over the place. They don't have to wear a safety vest in their driveway, but at work you do. But with the OSHA vaccine mandate, of course, you could never take it off. Once it's in you, it's in you, and that's that. And of course, that's the point of a vaccine is once it's in you, it's in you.
Yeah, well,
that's it.
Traditional vaccine too. Well, I don't want to get your channel in trouble. I do love the arguments though when people are like, "Well, what about a seatbelt? you wear a seatbelt in a car, right?" I'm like, "Well, first off, I don't think that it should be illegal to not wear a seatbelt. If you don't wear a seatbelt in a car, that's on you. I wear a seatbelt in a car because I feel more safe in a car because I don't trust other drivers. Now I trust myself, but I don't trust other people. I think other people suck at driving. I'm a good driver, but I wear my seatbelt and I feel comfortable. I don't think it should be illegal. I think that's a ridiculous thing to do because you're not hurting anyone else. And guess what? When I get out of the car, I can take my seatbelt off.
Yeah.
And if you don't wear a seatbelt and I'm wearing mine, you're not making my seatbelt not work. Right. And they use this argument so much. And I'm like, do you understand logic? And they don't. That's the thing. They just are told it's a talking point. They don't even get to the point where you actually have to like debate it with them. It's like they drop the seatbelt line and then they're gone. They're off.
Yeah. And it's like I wore seatbelts before they were mandatory.
Right. Me too.
I did that because I did, I know people who have been hurt severely in a car accident without a seatbelt. And okay, now I'm going to wear a seatbelt and I'm going to have, importantly, anyone sitting behind me or my wife or one of my kids, they're going to wear a seatbelt because they will harm the person in front of them in a head-on collision. That's actually kind of one of the things. My grandfather was over in Saudi Arabia. He was an oil guy. He designed refineries. He's an engineer. And so he was over in Saudi Arabia and they were driving to the airport and the car that he was in, he was supposed to be in the car in front of him, but another guy was like, "Hey, I'm driving too, and I'm driving alone. You want to come with me?" So he's like, "Sure." So they're in the car behind and they got to an intersection and they stop and this, big truck pulls through the intersection and kicks up a ton of dirt because it's a fucking desert.
Yeah.
And so his car guy, he's like, "Oh, you got to wait for the dirt to settle." And the other car went straight through and there was another big giant fucking dump truck thing that came and just annihilated that car.
Damn.
And killed almost everybody in it. Ironically, the only guy who lived was the guy who wasn't wearing his seatbelt.
Wow.
He was in the back seat. He crushed the dude in front of him though. The guy's chest was this thick. This grown man's chest was this thick, smashed up against the dashboard because, a 200-pound guy went projectiling through him and onto the hood of the car. And he was in really bad shape, but I think he was the only guy who lived. But
I have heard stories about how not wearing a seatbelt has actually saved people's lives as well.
Yeah, it's a crapshoot.
Right.
The odds are in your favor wearing a seatbelt. Is what the data seems to show. Right. But I would never force anybody to do it. Right. Except if you're in my car, I'll be like, "Hey, I'm not going to drive if you're not wearing a seatbelt." Look.
Yeah, you force your kids to wear a seatbelt because you're the you're the father in your household. So
exactly. And if you don't want to wear a seatbelt and you want to drive, I don't care. Like, it's cool. It doesn't bother me, but I'm not going to drive you around not wearing a seatbelt because if you were to harm someone in my car, that's not you. That would make me sad. But it's the same with like helmets on motorcycles. Like I would wear a helmet on a motorcycle, but I wouldn't force anybody else to.
Yeah.
So
I would wear one too. Yeah.
It's like it's ridiculous that this is how society is supposed to work. We're supposed to be free to take all of the stupid risks that we want because that's liberty. But that's gone. It's out. Liberty is out.
It's not dead.
Tyranny is in.
I don't know if it's completely gone, but
well,
I don't want to believe it.
It is at the top, right? It is at the top. They're like, "Oh God, we finally killed that liberty thing. Now, very pesky. Now we can start getting to the real work." Wow. And there's still some people, in America who are like, their liberty, their little liberty member is going, oh, wait a minute. This is turning into a liberty boner. This is great. This is great. Okay, I'm all for this now.
Well, they're
Come
trying
get
to make
me.
the word freedom like synonymous with white supremacy now or some bullshit. You've seen these articles floating around where, if you're a patriot, the word patriot or freedom, I mean, the American flag for some people is like, oh, it makes me feel so much pain in my heart, my feelings. Oh, like, just smack them in the face. Like, you have no idea. God.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Let me read some of the super chats that have come
Sure.
in, and then
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
we
What's
can
up, chat?
maybe we'll find this fucking weirdo from Facebook and
Oh,
watch him
yeah.
get
Oh, yeah, I
catfished.
forgot we were gonna talk about that. I don't know
Uh,
how it's funny, it's the title of the show is Adam Gets Banned. Adam Crigler on being banned every single week. I haven't technically gotten banned this week, so maybe,
wait,
this
are you
show.
back on?
No, I'm
No,
not.
how long's your when are you back on?
Next Thursday. But
God.
I'm setting I have a Rumble. The reason I haven't gone live this week is because Monday, I spent the day hanging out with my family. Tuesday and Wednesday I was on You Are Here. Today I traveled again. Now I'm at my dad's. Hung out with them for a while. I was on I'm here now. I might actually go live tomorrow on my Rumble channel for the
Yeah.
first time. I'm gonna try to maybe dual stream to Odyssey, um, but going forward, I'm gonna be dual streaming everywhere, and I won't have a lapse in my show because fuck YouTube. They
Yeah.
clearly don't like me. I gotta move on from YouTube. So
Well, it's crazy, and that's the chat has been hounding me, and I finally gave in. I'm getting a Rumble set up. I move very slowly on this stuff because I'm bad at it. But and you don't want to open just like a naked account with like the default avatar and stuff. You
yeah,
got to get it set up, and I suck at it.
that's me
So
right now.
yeah, yeah. And so I'm trying to get mine set up before my ban
Yeah.
goes in on the copyright stuff. But yeah,
Someone asked me in chat. It's Adam Crigler is my Rumble. It's just my full name. The Crigler show was taken. Someone took it. I don't know why anyone would want that. Probably just to spite me.
do they have
Um,
anything on there? Do they have any?
Nothing. No, it's
Is
just
it?
the name was taken.
It's possible. I don't know if it's I don't know if this is the case, but it's possible that someone at Rumble reserved it.
It's holding it. Well, I don't know anyone at Rumble. I don't know if you know
I know a
someone.
guy. I know a
Can you?
guy.
All
I'll
right, hook me up. Yeah, that'd be cool.
yeah.
I would like to have the Crigler show. That'd be nice.
I have no guarantees on it, but maybe they can work something out. And you'd hope they would do something like that.
Yeah,
I
that'd
don't
be
know,
cool. I'd like that.
but I'll get you contact info because yeah, especially if you're thinking about streaming there, I think they'd probably love to have your show.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
so I'm not a spokesperson for Rumble. I don't know that. It's just speculation that they're a growing platform, and I think they want people who consistently put out content that is popular to be on their show or on their
Yeah.
platform. So, yeah, I'm going to. I'm not getting D Live. No, Jennifer Genter, I will not get D Live. No, thank you. And the reason I won't get D Live is very simple. Back when I was going to go on D Live after Streamy went down, and I was going to alternate stream to D Live, someone had squatted on Ricada Law. And to be honest, it may have been me, but I couldn't get the password or whatever. And so I don't think it was me because I tried the like recovery and all that stuff and it never worked. And they had no content or anything on there. And I reached out through a contact to D Live and I said, hey, would you guys help me out with this? Like someone squatting on the name. I'd love to stream on the platform. And their response was, why don't you start under a different name and start streaming on here before we do anything like that for you? And I said, oh, fuck you then. Like, I don't need your, I was coming to your platform to be on your platform.
Mhm.
I don't need to be on your platform. And if that's the way you're going to act when again, this is either me who set this thing up and retardedly forgot the password, or someone squatting on it and not posting any content at all. And I'm saying, look, this is obviously I'm Ricada Law. This is my brand. This is who I am. So let's just get this worked out. And they were not willing to work with me. They were only after I demonstrated and built an audience under a different name. It's like, that's dumb. Why would I
Right.
build up an alternate thing and then reset it to the thing that I'm supposed to be? So
Yeah, I would lose part of my audience. You actually made
yeah,
a good point. Oh, fuck, I don't remember what show you're on, or it could have been your own show, but you were talking about alternative platforms, and, Truth Social is coming out soon, and, uh, Gitter and all this, but YouTube is, I mean, not the people who run YouTube, like, the core of YouTube is
I think this
awesome.
is on You Are Here.
Maybe it was on You Are Here that you were
Yeah, I think
discussing
so.
it, and, like, what they do, how they process videos, and how it's, like, the videos on there, and, like, the amount of, stuff that YouTube handles versus, a newer startup alternative, they just don't compare. Same with Twitter. Like, Twitter is so fluid, but they've been open for
Yeah.
15 years? Like, how long has Twitter been around? My count, I started in 2009. I don't know when they started, but, you know, at least 13 years, but they've had 13 years to, like, make it fluid and get it really nice and user friendly. And, like, Gitter, Gab, all these other companies are just, they're not as fluid as it. And so with YouTube, Rumble, it just doesn't feel, I, lack of better words, buttery like YouTube does.
It's not,
And
like,
it's not.
being
All right.
honest, they haven't had YouTube's been what? They've been around for almost 20 years now?
YouTube, yeah, probably, right? Early
It's
aughts.
it's an insane amount of time when you really start thinking about how long YouTube has been around and how much time they've had to polish, and they've got Google money. Right? They've been
True.
infused. They weren't at the start, but they got bought by Google, and they get to run at a loss. They don't have to make money because YouTube fuels Google search in a different way. It synergizes with the rest of the company, and overall, this unit can lose money while the rest of the company thrives because this unit brings so much value that is not dollars. But an Odyssey, a Rumble, a D Live, whoever, they have to survive on their platforms, money or venture capital or investors or whatever they have.
Right.
They have to worry about that bottom line. YouTube has an advantage out of the gate, and they've put so much money into live streaming. And when you think about right now, there's 4,200 people watching the show, and so what we're doing is piping out, or what YouTube is doing, and not us. They're piping out to 4,200 different people, basically 4 live streams at a time each, because you got like a 320p, you've got a 720, you've got 480, and you've got 1080. Like, all of that is available to any person at any moment. They can switch between resolutions on the fly. All of that, that's a shitload of bandwidth. It's an
True.
absolute monstrous amount. And when you think about how much that costs to do, and they do it thousands of times constantly.
Yeah.
All the time somebody is streaming on YouTube to a bunch of people. And when that scales up to someone like Dr. Disrespect or whoever, and they've got 30, 40, 50,000 people doing that at all times. Same with Twitch. They've got Amazon money. The ability to do that is what and not worry about the income that it generates
Yeah.
is what allows them to build out these robust systems and invest in them with impunity. The other guys are having to play catch up, and the reason that
And they're having to have people pay to use their service. Like, to stream on Rumble, you got to pay. It's not free.
do you
Like,
really?
yeah, it's a monthly fee, and there's, like, different, you can pay for higher bandwidth, but it goes up to, I mean, it's not cheap. I mean, it isn't bad for a streamer. I think the entry starting point is like $25 a month
Sure.
to start streaming. So, like, for you and I, it's probably like, it's worth it, right? Well, we could, do our show and have an alternative platform, but I don't know if that's enough bandwidth for a 2-hour stream. You go for 4 hours sometimes. Like, I don't know. You have some long ass streams.
Yeah.
Um,
I had no idea. Like, I haven't I may I may have made a Rumble or something a while back, but
mhm.
I was like, I don't have time to figure this out right now, and then it fell by the wayside. So I don't know anything about and I think when I made it, they weren't doing live streaming yet.
Yeah, but then
So
small time creators, they can't afford to pay money per month. I mean, maybe not, maybe they can, but hopefully they can. That'd be great. But it's a turnoff. Oh, suddenly, oh, I got to pay to be able to do this. YouTube's free. I'm gonna go do it there. You
right,
know?
and I have no issue doing it, but this is my business, right?
Right.
Like it's so that,
Exactly. Right.
but yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I want nothing more than Rumble and Odyssey to win. Like I really do. I want them to succeed, and I want them to get to the point where things work in the same way that YouTube does. I want them to be integrated with StreamYard and other services where it all just works. Right now, to do Odyssey, you have to do a custom RTMP. They don't have the partnership that makes it an easy thing that creates a new stream. I don't know if Rumble does. I haven't checked. I hope they do, but I want them to get to that same level of partnerships and relationships so that everybody can do this. And if we can all be everywhere, then it doesn't matter where we are.
Yeah.
And that's a message to advertisers and everybody else. I really wish Rogan would have nutted up and gone to Rumble. I really do.
Yeah, that would have
Um,
been pretty incredible if he did.
because
But
it would have fully legitimized the platform. It would have said, not only, like, first of all, not only are we this platform that can do this, but we are willing to put up this kind of money. We're willing to invest in our creators in this way, and then bring your 11 million people here, and let's show them that there are alternatives out there. You don't have to be on Spotify that hates you. You
yeah,
don't have to be on YouTube that hates you. And so that it was when they made the offer to Rogan, that was when I decided to finally do it, because it's, how it is. Opening anything new is a pain in the ass.
true.
And but I'm like, you know what? That overcomes it. But I still have to actually do it. I'm just slow.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's what I'm gonna be working on tomorrow. That's because I'm here for a week, and then I'm heading back home next Wednesday. Pretty excited.
where's not specifically, but where's here?
I'm Chicago right now.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Mandy Karavichus says it's your final countdown. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-da-da, da-na-na-na. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna sing like Europe. Sectus Gaming says in Richard's voice, how much bread could an unbreaded bread if an unbreaded could unbread? Also, what's up, my Crigler with the hard R?
Only my friends get to say it with the hard R.
I have Crigler friends.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
You can be my friend.
CBDX.com. Hey, what's up, guys? It's so happy to see you go live. As you know, our Delta 8 products will get people high legally, just like the THC everyone knows, but it's federally legal. Use NOS at checkout for 20% off. We love you, Nick. Hey, thanks, CBDX.com. They also said every time you use NOS for 20% off at our website on our legal THC products, Trudeau cries and a honk rings through the air in Ottawa. So guys,
Honk, honk.
go check out cbdx.com if you're into that sweet Delta 8, which is through Genius, some rather ingenious legal wizardry. It is currently legal in all 50 states.
Nice.
And it is THC. It is not federally regulated, because when they wrote the bill, they didn't write it very carefully. So good job. Go check it out if that's what you're into. Mr. Hazo says, have you heard of the building bank run in Canada? This is where you were talking about earlier, where everybody's getting the fat stacks of cash. I hope it's enough. I don't know if systems today will. I don't know if bank runs will work in the way that they used to work, because of all of the cowardly investor cucks who they're like, no, protect our money. And then the government's like, yes, we will protect your money because we love you so much. And then we'll tax you into oblivion. That's how much we love you. But yeah, I don't know if it'll work, but I hope it does. Fuck them. Fuck these people.
Fuck those people.
They're awful. Generalissimo says, don't know how much you've been following freedom convoys, but in my opinion, they're patriotic public disobedience that may save us all. Viva has superb coverage. Your Honor, I submit that Canadians might in fact be human. Maybe. Yeah, it could be. And I'm looking to bring you guys some big coverage from the trucker freedom convoy. I've got an interview that I'm working on that I think it'll be a great one. I just have to line it up with the person, get on the same schedule, but it'll be good. It'll be good. And Viva is doing serious work. I mean, he
Yeah,
had like
yes.
25,000 people watching today while he's out there. He's out there live with the truckers. It's amazing to see.
It's awesome.
Yeah, the guy's great. He's a class act. And if you guys are interested in following that, I wouldn't presume to know half as much as what Viva knows on the side, a tenth as much as what Viva knows. And he's got the coverage. Go check it out. I am going to bring hopefully that interview to this audience. And in that interview, I'll learn more. It's not with Viva though. I mean, I love to have Viva on, but he's not a night owl.
Yeah.
Plus he's got to be streaming in the freeze. So Scott Baines says, would excising the losers and cucks logo from these videos be helpful? No, not really. Without the logo, how can they even claim ownership of footage from a pooled feed? With the logo, they can't. Same thing. Also, deep fried fluffernutter with powdered sugar. Thank me later. Okay. I don't know what a fluffernutter is. I think you mentioned it, but I don't remember. It sounds disgusting. Fluffernutter. Oh, wait, isn't that when Binger gets off? Isn't that a fluffernutter?
No, that's a terrible image. Thanks for that though.
You're welcome. Oh, wait, hey, is Quarter Black in the chat?
Quarter Black's here?
There he is. Yeah, what's up?
Hey, Quarter Black. Dude, that guy's awesome. I wasn't able to link up with. Were you able to meet him when you were down there?
No, he was like, you know what? I don't hang out with white people. And I was like, dude, that's a bit much.
He told me the same thing yesterday, man. I was there. I'm like, come on, dude, I'm here. Let's hang out.
Yeah. It was a little offensive, but I was on his show. What was it? Yesterday, and we talked about Showdown in Little Tokyo, a great 1991 movie. Dolph Lundgren and Brandon Lee and Tia Carrera and Kerry Tagawa. Cool. Dude.
Brittany Ventney is in chat. She says, I'm Quarter Black.
That she is.
Oh, there you go.
How's it going, Brittany? How you doing? Yeah, it's a great movie. But go watch the show that Quarter Black and I did, guys. It was great. Chad Parsons says the entire concept of adherence to the law presumes I'm not willing to break the law. I'll be nice until it's not time to be nice. Also, rocket surgery school exists. It's called ordnance artificing. Okay.
All right.
Vicidius, thank you for the very large donation. If Vicidius, if YouTube canceled your super chat there, if they censored out your message, please tag like C Goody or something, and he can pass that message on to me on Discord. So I don't know why if you intentionally just sent it without a message, thank you. But if you wanted to say something, tag him so I can make sure and get that message.
Did it say retracted or deleted?
No, it just is gone. Like there's no message attached at all. And I've seen that happen, and people are like, what the hell? I sent a message. So
Vicidius usually sends a message. What up, Vicidius? How you doing, man?
Yeah. So make sure if you could please. He says, nope, it's all good. Oh, okay, cool, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. No Guard says, we know they are lying. They know they are lying. They know we know they are lying. We know they know we know they are lying, but they are still lying.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what power does. That's power. When they ridiculed Trump for saying this. And the funny thing is they all know they could do it.
Yeah.
But Trump said, I could murder someone on Fifth Avenue and they wouldn't do anything to me. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said. But the reality is they would do something to him. They're trying to do it now. They're going after everybody, his banks, his accounting firm, all of that. They're going after his money. But they know that they can get away with the shooting because they actually did it in the White House.
Damn.
They actually did it. And did you see the protester who was beaten to death that they called a drug overdose from the January 6th thing?
What? Wait, what? No.
Yeah, there's a protester who died.
Mm-hmm.
And there's newly, in that 14,000 hours of body cam footage, some of it finally got out,
Oh,
and there's a cop beating an unconscious woman who ends up dying.
that's not new. I knew about that. Philip
Yeah.
Anderson, who they fucking hate because he talks about everything. He was holding her hand, dude. He was there
Yeah.
with her and has been talking about it for over a year now. And he talks about it, and they're like, "We need to squash Philip Anderson from the record." His name is Philip Anderson. You should look him up, dude's a freaking
Yeah.
American patriot.
It's wild. The I think a lot of people got. I had not heard that. I mean, I'd heard rumors, but never with specifics. Never that guy's name or anything.
Roseanne, is that it? Yeah, Roseanne Boyland. Right.
Yeah,
That's her name. Yep, Roseanne
yeah.
Boyland.
And I had heard rumblings about it, but I never with enough information even to have his name that I saw. And so I was like, okay, well, I don't disbelieve that this happened, but I also don't know. But then the body cam footage came out the other day, and it confirmed it. There were actually some media pieces on it from, only from right leaning media. That's the only place that would cover it, of course.
Right.
But it was there, and it's like, holy shit. And a whole bunch of people finally saw it. And it's like that the narrative about that is so messed up, and we'll never know the actual truth. And
Yep.
of course, this goes back to Ray Epps and all that shit. Where it's like, wait, who opened the gate?
Who
Who
opened the
opened the
door,
gate?
man? The
Yeah.
magnetic lock door. Like, how did that open? And then how come there was a bunch of cops from the same precinct all commit suicide, like right after it? Like, there's a lot of shit that makes you just, I gotta think about this. What's going on here?
Yeah. Idaho Plumber says, sorry, I haven't been active much, Nick. Been switching between lots of jobs lately. Still love you, brother. Watch as much as I can, lol. Hey, no worries, man. I'm happy whenever you're here. Good luck with the job. Good luck. Hey, wait. Hey, here's someone who was there with me at the
Down in Texas?
yeah, here he
At the
goes.
bar where you start puking?
Yeah, he says, it's K-Pax. He says, I thought so. I thought I met up with some people that from the show.
Mm-hmm.
He says, Nick was really drunk when I got there at 12, but didn't have another drink. He disappeared for 30 minutes. The other guy and I gave up. Now we know. Yeah. Cause like I vaguely
Is
remember.
that the guy who roofied you then? Is it?
No, he said, I didn't have another drink. Well, I mean, I guess he's lying.
He
Could
didn't have
be.
another drink.
Could be.
Sure.
But it
After
was
the one that I gave him. Oh,
yeah, and
just kidding.
I have no idea, man. It was, like I said, it was weird. And I vaguely remembered meeting a couple people, but I couldn't be sure because again, my memory of that night is very much toast.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild. Marcel Defour says the honking shall continue until tyranny ends. Okay, guys, we need some help here. There's a game on the Nintendo Switch and I think on PC and stuff where you play a goose and you go and honk and cause chaos at people.
Yep.
Why is that
who
not?
introduced me to this game and who was like oddly in love with it?
Who's that?
Guess.
Tim Pool.
Yes.
Did he play guitar for the goose?
No, but he was like, he got a PS5 and I'm like, oh, what you playing? He's like, dude, this goose game is awesome, man. And I mean, supposedly it's pretty awesome, but like,
why is Untitled Goose Game not like the protest streamer? Like everybody on Twitch who's aligned with the Canadian truckers should do an organized event and say, we're going to fucking all play Untitled Goose Game and the honking will continue until morale improves. Like that. I didn't even know this thing exists. My kid's like, I mentioned, I think I mentioned I had to go buy my son a suit right before the stream. And so we had to go up to St. Cloud and it like killed his whole evening. So I was like, well, let's go to Target and you can pick out whatever, pick out a game from video game section. He's like,
oh, that's cool.
He's like, Untitled Goose Game. What the hell is this garbage?
That's his
never even heard of it.
I want it.
So it's like, I was like, okay, yeah. Well, I said, pick out a game. You pick this one out. And then he's telling me, he's like, yeah, you create chaos by honking. I was like, wait, what? Why is this not all over everything? And then I had to explain to him the Canadian trucker situation.
Yep.
And we were making fun of the people flipping out on Twitter. It was great.
That's great. Awesome. Yeah.
So now
you'd like it. You'd like it. You fuck with people a lot in the game, basically.
We've got to have a Canadian video game stream. I'm going to
Mhm.
do it. I don't know when yet. Maybe tomorrow after the show.
Yeah.
I'll do a Twitch honking stream or something. It's gonna happen really soon. And then maybe we can organize a giant honk out on Twitch or on YouTube or something.
That sounds so wrong.
We get your honks out. Come on to YouTube and get your honks out. Get banned.
Yeah.
We the rabble say Cubans are chanting freedom and other anti-government statements. That was the quote. Now it's Canada. We're being bracketed. Yeah. Yes. Canada is a dictatorship. Says, hey, Nick, if you're reading this, it means my accounts aren't frozen yet. I seriously don't know if they are. Ever tried Knob Creek single barrel bourbon? Yes. Quite enjoying it at the moment. Also, YouTube doesn't let you make goose sounds.
What do you mean?
They probably can't type honk in a super chat right now.
Someone was trying to super chat me honk honk and it wouldn't let them. And this was like a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
The super chat AI is the weirdest thing. It's the hallmark of a company that doesn't need money, because the way the AI works with things like that, I know a little bit about this from talking with YouTube.
Mhm.
It's the same way that certain videos will get demonetized based on what's in the subject of the video, or how you get the COVID tag or whatever. But ignore COVID. When Alec Baldwin started trending, once a certain amount of Alec Baldwin videos get made, it starts automatically demonetizing all Alec Baldwin videos. Not because of Alec Baldwin. That's not the reason for that. It's because YouTube is worried that they will have someone surreptitiously title something about Alec Baldwin and have it be something that violates terms of service, like kid porn or something.
I see.
Right. So it's a precautionary thing against someone trying to capitalize on a trending topic with inappropriate content that violates ad revenue or ad terms.
Right.
So they'll start preemptively demonetizing, and then you have to get it approved, and they'll all get approved. It'll all be okay, but it takes, an extra day. Same thing with super chats, though. The AI starts picking up on trends, and when the trends start to get there, the AI doesn't know if the trend is actually a bad or offensive thing that is coded. And so it will shut it down. But that means that they're shutting down money that they would otherwise be processing. It's the dumbest fucking thing in the world. Anyway, I hate it. Thanks, YouTube. I hate it. Please give me my honk money.
Want that honk money.
Mandy Karavichus says, oh, I forgot you like STP, Nick, to Law and Crime. You want me to sing sex type thing to Law and Crime? I know you want what's on my mind.
Please
I'm
stop.
not going to do the whole thing.
Thank you.
I'm not going to do the whole thing.
Wow.
Look, there's a super chat. I'll turn on auto tune.
You didn't have to sing it.
I don't? Are you sure?
No. Yeah. Please move on.
I know you want
stop.
what's on my mind.
The way you said mind is just like,
yeah, I did it on purpose. Get wrecked.
Jeez.
Keldrick says, it's a sad and strange day when the Canadians are the front line of the freedom fight, but someone's got to do it. Viva la honkening. Yeah. Okay, that's the big chats. Let's find this fucking Facebook thing, right?
Oh, fuck this guy.
Gosh. We've got that. Oh, we also have the hacker. We've got the hacker's video.
Dude, that shit is creepy. That hacker is creepy looking.
I saw that tweet earlier of him. Who sent it? I'm looking right now.
I'm sure Elijah has posted it. He tends to post all the happening shit. You talking about the guy who hacked Give Send Go?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking right now for it because I saw it earlier. Here it is. Oh no, Yellow Flash had it from Libs of TikTok.
Yeah, that works too.
Okay, here we go. Let's give this a gander. Steal your souls, men. These are dark times coming. This is allegedly the person who hacked TikTok, and the allegation is made by this person. They're saying, or not TikTok, Give Send Go. This person has said that they're the one who did it. So I mean,
sorry in advance, people. This is
is
crazy.
anybody here you go.
Who moves like that when sitting in a chair?
Nothing scares me. Nothing. Yes, I doxed the truckers. I did it. It was me. I hacked Give Send Go, baby. And I do it again. I do it 100 times.
You think he's coked up right here?
I did it. Come at me. What are you going to do? What are you going to do to me, huh?
God, if there were only a federal prosecutor with a single fucking spine.
I hacked Epic Hosting. I hacked Parler. I hacked Gab. I hacked Truth Social. I hacked Go, Give, Send, Go. I don't care.
Put it in prison.
You can literally put my name into the news tab on Google, and you can find everything I've done. I am literally in every mainstream media publication for the things that I do. I'm not an unknown actor. I'm literally a famous fucking cyber terrorist. And you think that you can scare me?
Yikes.
Well, I'm more pro euthanasia than I was.
They always default to the pedophile accusations. They always default to that because they have.
Well, that's all I have to say, buddy. Is, well, I mean, normally you say if the shoe fits. The problem with the pedo accusation is if the shoe doesn't fit. That's the problem because it's way too small.
Yeah. Why do you have this tiny shoe in your room?
Yeah,
that's gross. Supposedly, so I learned this from Sydney Watson from You Are Here. She was talking about how this guy actually has a couple different videos, and in one of them he talks about he's one of the founding members of Anonymous, the hacker activist group that used to be
relevant
and not woke and not like now an extension of the Democratic Party, which this actually makes sense if he's claiming to be part of Anonymous, then it would make sense that they are now woke, that do the work of the narrative. Of course, that's why they hacked Give Send Go and Truth Social and Gab. It's like all the right-leaning sites that were just listed there. It's like, of course that's who you are hitting up,
Yeah, it's oh, okay. I see. I misunderstood We the Rabbles super chat, and I will
reread it.
Yeah, I'll reread it with the proper context. Yeah, he does. He has a GoFundMe.
This guy does?
Yep, he has a Canadian GoFundMe. So he's Canadian. So here's the question. Here's the question. Was this organized by GoFundMe?
No, I think it was organized by
Canadian government.
Yeah. I've not confirmed this, but I have heard and seen rumors talking about how he works with them and also the feds. Like they all kind of work together, like trying to maintain this narrative of, like we were talking about earlier, the word freedom means you're a terrorist now. If you want to be free, that is going against the good of society. For the greater good, you have to let go of your freedom. Well, fuck that.
Exactly. Fuck you, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, fuck you, Arnold. Screw your freedoms.
But this is a real question, right? Like Give Send Go. competitor in some ways to GoFundMe, even though they shouldn't be competing. These are just donation directing websites or whatever, but there is money in it. Obviously, these are businesses that earn money, even if they're nonprofits. They grow, they have revenue, they have staff, all of those things. So their competitor. So wait a minute. This guy has a GoFundMe. GoFundMe shuts down the trucker thing. Trucker thing opens on GiveSendGo, and then within days, it's hacked by someone with a GoFundMe. Now his GoFundMe is still small, but if there were a single communication from GoFundMe outside of like the generic, I'd be strongly suspicious that there was actual a quid pro quo proposed by somebody. And
can you get his face off the screen?
Oh yeah.
I don't want to see
wait, we got to finish. We got to finish.
God.
We got
all right, fine.
Have nothing else. It's actually some projection. That guy, I want to see his browser history. That guy loves little girls. I've hunted pedophiles. I've outed pedophile.
Yep, you're a pedo. I think I'm 100% convinced right now.
Rings online. I have gotten pedophiles arrested, buddy. You have no idea who the hell I am. There isn't proof of shit, you fucking lying little cunt. Die! I'm going to restart this live.
Oh, gee, why?
Come back.
Why would you have to restart the live? Because you just told someone in the audience to die? That's violation of most terms of service.
What is that on? Like, where is that live streaming from? Like, was that
is it
TikTok or some shit or Instagram?
I don't know what this is. It's live spotlight.
Yikes.
Is that Twitter?
No idea.
No, that's Spaces on Twitter, right?
Yeah. That's Spaces. Well, no, there's also a live Twitter and then Spaces, because live Twitter existed before the Spaces. Spaces is kind of new.
It's TikTok, is what the chat's saying.
It's TikTok. Okay, all right.
I didn't know TikTok had a live streaming feature.
Yeah,
but because I just never look. I don't. This is why I don't have cancers, because I don't go to TikTok.
I refuse.
But dude, this is how ridiculous that was. The whole like, that'd be like me trying to
weird like shifting.
Yeah, it'd be like me trying to muscle up, right? Like I have an embarrassing physique. like, you don't know who I am. I doxed your mom. Like what the fuck are you doing? You have a BMI of 3.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you trying to be tough?
He had to be on some sort of like crazy uppers of some sort. I don't know if it was cocaine or meth or what. I don't know list of uppers, but something, dude. Because like that kind of like psycho energy of like he was like silent to then like 100 and then back to like silent to people are saying coke, Adderall. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it could be anything really. Dude was amped up. Facebook
and one thing I noticed too is which is why I think it probably is him, because people who do that kind of thing want to be known. They want to be recognized for doing it, and it's almost like he was pissed that they were like some anonymous hacker took out their website, and he was like, whoa, I'm not some anon. I am a famous internet terrorist or some shit. And it's like, damn, like you really wanted to take that credit. You really want to be known as the person. And I actually heard rumors that it was that guy Caudle. I don't remember his first Andrew Caudle.
Cotty something. I've got it right here. It's Aubrey Caudle.
Aubrey Caudle, right. I saw that name floating around in different circles saying that this is who they think it was, and then that video surfaced. I was like,
it is currently his GoFundMe is currently frozen. Paused and under review to ensure it complies with our terms of service. But that could mean that they're making sure it's actually him doing it and not someone posing as him. It doesn't necessarily I'm not willing to give right now. I'm not giving GoFundMe any fucking passes on anything.
Yeah.
That could mean that they are
mean,
not sure
that's him saying it was him.
Yeah.
I mean,
put him in prison.
Yeah, like
that
he's admitting he did it. Like, okay,
Canada has a fucking extradition treaty, and that guy just he's Canadian. He just commit international espionage against a U.S. company.
Damn.
Extradite him, put him in prison forever, or Canada jail him, one of the two. Unless will they though? Would they do that? And of course,
I don't know.
We
Trudeau
would
be like, good job. You get a seat in my cabinet.
And somehow I'm going to say this, worse than Trudeau, so would Biden. So would Biden say the exact same thing. We would need the executive of the United States to demand the delivery of him. And
it wouldn't happen.
Nope.
No, it wouldn't.
Here, let's do this. So this is Jaron Mills, head of global community development for Meta/Facebook, caught trying to meet a 13-year-old boy in his hotel room.
Oh my God.
Oops.
He said, dang, what are you trying to say? I don't make you horny? You said, not what I'm saying at all. So you're telling this 13-year-old boy that he makes you horny, correct?
Could be perceived as such, yes.
Oh, quit the bullshit, bro.
Who's talking right now?
It's some YouTube channel. I have the name somewhere, but I didn't have it handy.
Okay.
If anybody in the chat knows and has the link, it's a longer video. This is like a 30-minute video that they did.
Damn. So they like their channel is to catch these people.
Yeah, it's one of those amateur predator chaser channels.
Damn. But this is kind of huge to be the head of global community development for Meta. Holy shit.
Yeah, here we go. It's here, I cranked up the volume, so hopefully this will be
I mean,
could be perceived as so. Maybe. I don't know. Quit the fucking bullshit.
Okay.
Predator Catchers Indiana.
Okay, well.
Yeah, it's Predator Catchers Indiana. That's who it was. That's the name I remember seeing.
you said that's not what I'm trying to say. He said, then what are you trying to say? Do you remember what you said after that?
I don't remember.
Because this statement right here is probably the most troubling out of everything. Even the one that you just sent me just now. This one, it resonates with me. You said, I won't have any restraint around you if I'm horny. What does that mean?
He's gonna rape.
Get on the fucking wall.
I was talking to him throughout all of this. I'll let you know there was never any intention of ever meeting up with him.
Okay.
Where are you right now?
But you did set 2 meets with him.
That I never intended to go to or
but you set
show
it up
to.
Correct.
And I gave information and location and all that stuff. Yes, it can be
how did I
perceived as
find you? It's not like I just pulled this out of my ass.
It's true.
You gave the hotel and the hotel room.
Right.
So you set the meets.
Set the meet at the hotel in the hotel room. I think the one that they're in. This is how we found you. You sent it to me thinking I was a 13-year-old boy.
Straight to the wall.
On the wall.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck out.
And fuck Facebook. Dude, fuck pedophiles.
Facebook and Twitter are the 2 largest child pornography distributors on the planet.
You know how many accounts this guy's got access to do whatever the fuck he wants with their people's information? And
Facebook, they collect unintentionally, right? People upload, and they have nothing to do with people uploading, but they get a ton of illicit child material. Of course they do.
Yeah,
they get tons of it, and for every effort that they take to remove that stuff from the platform, it all has to be reviewed by somebody, and it goes somewhere while it waits. And these weird fucking perverts could have access to it, and it's horrifying to think about.
This is disgusting.
Here we go. Hold on, I'll back it up.
Right.
So you set the meets.
in that I was like, there's no way he's going to come here. So I knew there was no way of the meeting of it.
Okay.
And not that I met him if he even showed up here.
Why don't you think he would have showed up here?
Because he couldn't drive.
So
Cab?
you're okay with talking sexual online as long as you don't meet the children?
This is the one time I've done this.
Oh, bullshit.
We're okay
Yeah.
to talk sexual
Bullshit.
Corey, because you knew in your head that you would not meet up with him.
That was my rationale.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
It's not right.
I'll say it's fucking wrong.
Yeah,
Get-
I'll say
get on
it
the
too.
wall.
Fuck you. You wanted to fuck that boy. Fuck off.
Go out the window. What are you doing? Oh my God.
I didn't think he'd actually show. Well, did you get the hotel room in the first place? Why? And tell him exactly where it is.
I was already going to be in this hotel room. This is what I do every Thursday. I just get in a fucking hotel room.
It's my hotel Thursdays, you know? It's half off.
Put that shit out online at all the local middle schools.
Oh,
Good God,
no.
Put these people in chains or in the ground.
You know what? You know what? Put him in jail. And let me hear me out. Hear me out. Everyone's like, no, jail's not good enough. No. Put him in jail, because you know what people in jail do to pedophiles? They fucking murder them. They fucking take them out.
Put him in the cell with James Fairbanks. Bring him right to prison in Oklahoma and put him in with James Fairbanks. This problem will be cleaned up. This is the shit. And remember, Facebook is removing people for conservative speech.
Yep.
And has been for years and years and years. So bad that it's such a pervasive problem at Facebook that even they recognize the problem. Right? They're like, well, our policies don't really reflect this, but they still have to acknowledge that it is happening at a rate that is perceptible. And so they're like, well, and who knows how serious they are? I mean, you can take the cynical approach and say they're not trying to fix anything, which I happen to take. But even if you have faith in them, they know there's a problem, and yet this is their head of global community development.
What about like
Prison.
a Truman Show situation, but instead of like a Pleasantville kind of vibe, we have like a deserted island with like weapons and
An Event Horizon kind of vibe.
just like, almost like Hunger Games, like food will appear in different areas and they got to fight over it. And because like, if you're fucking children, you don't deserve to be on this planet anymore.
This shit is insane. This fucking, how depressing. How depressing these people are. And again, it's the real danger to your country is the idea that you may not want to get a shot that other people are getting. Like that's the most dangerous thing. It's like, actually, it might be the people fucking kids, because when you here, I don't know if people know this, but when you do that to a child, you ruin them
for life
as an adult.
Yeah, you scar them forever.
It takes first of all, it takes knowledge rather than repression of what happened to them. And then it takes a boatload of therapy to get to their own self-forgiveness for something that they didn't do, that they're a victim of.
Yep, exactly.
And then it takes even longer to first they have to acknowledge, then forgive themselves, then they have to heal. And it's a lifelong process. Their lives are impacted and ruined forever in some way. And it's like, it doesn't mean that they can't be productive and they can't be generally okay, but that damage will be there with them.
Well,
it
changes them forever, and honestly, it ends the childhood. That's what it feels like to me. Like you're no longer a child anymore. You are no longer innocent. Like you were forced into like the next stage of your life. And not everyone can handle it. Some people can handle it and rise past it. But some people can't. And, I've personally know some people who have had some childhood trauma, and it's fucking horrible. And they still will break down because of it,
Cruel Crusader says, sounds like you got experience. Have you been touched? No, but I know a lot of people who have.
Don't fuck with kids, man. You fuck with kids, you're instantly on my fucking shit list. You can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I have no patience for that shit at all, man. It's
insane. It's insane. The amount of hurt that it does is off the charts. And yeah, my sympathies go out to anyone who has had to deal with that. Someone in the chat said, I'm 50, it's still with me. It's like that
Not
shit
surprising.
is it's horrible. It's
Yep.
horrible. And these people are, first of all, they're trying to be normalized. They're trying to make this out like it's not a big deal. Like, oh, well, this is just who they are. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. They may not on some level want it or whatever, like consciously choose that, but something broke them. It's not who they are. Your sexual preferences are not who you are. They never have been. That's a new thing in the past couple decades that is who you are. No, it's not. And it never needs to be who you are. And it's now getting passed down to this rung of indecency, and it needs to be stopped. Yeah, thanks. Now I need to drink. What are you drinking?
A little Glenmorangie. How the hell do you say that?
The Glen 10, Glenmorangie.
Glenmorangie. Glenmorangie, not bad.
I'm not Scottish, so I don't know. I've got the Bushmills 21-year single malt Irish whiskey.
Ooh, nice 21 year. All right.
Yeah, this was I have this the liquor store by my house is owned by a guy who's a big fan of bourbon.
Okay.
And he's been getting into scotch and stuff too. And so like every week when the new shipment comes in, there's something new and kind of rare. So I try and buy it to encourage him to keep buying new stuff that I've never had. So,
nice. I like that.
Yeah, he's great.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, chat.
All right. Maddie Ice says, well, there goes the argument that government at least investigates crimes because private organizations can't. Nice job. Proud to be from Indiana. Lol. CBDX.com says, we love you dearly, and maybe it's been a while, but great haircut. Just a last reminder about our THC products and the fact that Nose at checkout is 20% off. Don't let groomers normalize anything. Stay strong. You know what bums me out? So CBDX very generously offered to sponsor the channel.
Okay.
And I know they sponsor other channels on YouTube, and that's wonderful. I reached out to YouTube to ask if I would be okay in accepting a sponsorship from them, and they told me that it would be a violation of the TOS. Yes, because of the nature of their products. So unfortunately, I can't. And it's weird because like I said, I know other channels are sponsored by them, and I think it's bullshit. But because I would love to do that. They're big fans of the show. But
is it legal where what state you're in? Yeah.
It's legal in all 50 states. Delta 8 THC products are legal in all 50 states because they're not the same tetrahydrocannabinoid product that is listed as a Class A controlled substance. That's Delta 9, and that's what's listed in the statute is Delta 9. So the Delta 8 strain is not actually illegal. And it's because they wrote the law so specifically, it allows for someone finally figured it out. Oh, wait, we could just use this other strain that is categorized differently chemically and produces similar effects. And so it's not actually illegal.
Just a reminder, he is not sponsored by them.
I'm
YouTube.
not. And though I would love to be, and I think YouTube should change their policies on that personally, because these are legal products. They ship to all 50 states.
Yeah.
And there's no ambiguity about it. There are some states that would like to make Delta 8 illegal, but they have not done so yet. And so that's my personal opinion is I think it should be. I would love to accept a sponsorship. I'm not even big into, like, I don't do Delta 8 or anything like that. It's not my normal routine, but I know a lot of people do, and I know a lot of people like it. And I'm a guy who supports freedom. So
I saw Flawdzilla in chat. What up, Flawd? How you doing, man? Good to see you.
Hey, what's up, Flawd? Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, he's cool.
I am nobody says putting maps in Gen Pop to let them handle it so that we can have a clean conscience is cowardly. Whatever the appropriate method of dealing with them is, we need to take that responsibility as a society and as individuals.
So stoning.
I'm just saying, I didn't say put him in Gen Pop. I said put him in with James Fairbanks.
That's true.
Man,
That's what you said.
the man who deals with these problems on his own and then confesses to it immediately, saying he knew the consequences. Knew he'd go to prison, but he had to get rid of one pedophile. Nick's Heck says all vigilante pizza hunters are closet pizza enthusiasts trying to atone for their sins, and no one will convince me otherwise. Yeah, that's that was the guys who exposed EDP were accused of that as well, based on some pictures that they had used or something like that. I remember the allegations. Don't know a ton about them, but I think they got like some heat from YouTube or some heat from people. I'm not really sure, but they that's a common allegation that people who do the pedo hunting are in some way into it.
Did you hear about that story in Russia where the dude's best friend was diddling his daughter, and the dad straight up was like, "You're either going to the cops or you're going to face my wrath." And the cops were like, "All right." I mean,
he made him dig his own grave.
You made him dig his own grave. Like, yes. And the cops were like, you know what? Yeah, he did it. So fuck him.
Yeah.
Love that.
Sword and Scale says, Nick, we're doing a story about this very topic. Maps and pedos and a monster by the name of Jacob Kin. Not sure if you've heard of him, but would love to have you on as a legal expert in a crossover episode if you're willing. Oh, baby. Yeah, of course. Of course I'm willing. Dude, send me info on it. I will do a ton of reading. Let me know what the schedule is. We'll make that happen for sure, man. I love you guys over there at Sword and Scale. Would love to read up on the relevant law in the relevant states, or if it's federal, it doesn't matter. Check up on the case, whatever you got. I would happily do that show. Okay. What the hell else is going on in the world? We've covered like a billion topics, but there's not enough.
All over the place.
There's not enough. We've got to have more. We've got to have more. So what else is happening?
Honestly, I've kind of tuned out of the news for a week, because when I'm not doing my show, it's almost like I actually can take a break. Like, all right. I mean, going on You Are Here, I kind of knew what they were talking about. I can't help myself but read the news, because it's just part of my routine. I get up, I'm like, what's happening? Right now the whole Ukraine-Russia thing is kind of taken over. And obviously the Canada and the banks and shit. So it feels like it's the same old shit. So I kind of took a step away, and it's been nice, man.
Nice. Okay. So when you take a step away, what do? We don't have to talk about the news. I mean, we just gab.
I don't know. What?
I do have to say we have a segment coming up, a special segment on the show.
Oh God, what?
That you may be familiar with, or maybe not. But our daily unbreaded
balls or no balls?
No, our daily unbreaded.
We did that daily unbreaded. All right, so I didn't really understand. You kind of explained it a little bit on You Are Here, but I had it on the background, and when you were explaining the on paper bread, I didn't. And chat obviously is very in tune with it. So go ahead, get me up to speed. What the fuck is this breaded, unbreaded, on paper stuff? What?
Okay,
I don't know what it's from. I know nothing.
The other day, a guy by the name of Michael Harris.
Okay.
Michael or Matthew? I think it was Michael. I think it's Michael Harris.
Doesn't matter.
Mr. Harris.
Okay,
we'll call him Mr. He's a former UCLA lecturer, and he posted on their message board or whatever an 803-page manifesto.
That's a lot of words.
And then he was arrested after posting it for threats of violence. They locked down UCLA. They thought he was a potential shooter, and they did everything. So the manifesto was leaked online, and I happen to have a copy. And so the daily unbreaded is I have a random number generator, and we grab one page from the 803 pages and we read it. These pages need a little bit of censorship. There's a little bit of help that's needed, because there's like on some of the pages, there might be one or two racial slurs. So,
okay.
it's now I was reading through this thing, and it's just a magnificent piece of writing for so many reasons. And
Okay.
and I was like, I can't do this. I can't like read through 800 pages. So I decided I'll just do like every day 1 page.
Yeah.
And
And then
that's
check that number off the list.
I should be doing that, but I haven't.
Okay.
So yeah. So there are a couple code words right now. There are bingers. Bingers is the hard R. We have to use the binger for that because you can't be saying the hard R on,
right, of course,
on YouTube.
Sure.
Bikes. The word rhymes with bikes and is
Okay.
also maybe an offensive slur.
Starts with a D.
Nope, with a K.
Okay. All right.
And then there's what was the word we picked for the chink in the armor word? The guy doesn't like Asians. It's like, I can't remember what did we do for that one? There's a word for Asians. What was it? It wasn't rice. It wasn't slants. I'm pretty sure that was not it. Ping pongs. Was it ping pongs? Oh God. Blinks. It was blinks. That's right. That's the one. That's what we picked. Blinks was the word. So
Okay.
if you're ready, we can do that. But you were about to say something, and I rudely interrupted you.
No, I mean, you asked me what I did when I stepped away, and we can talk about that in a little while because it feels like this is a lot of fun, and I'm with this. So we'll get back to that in a little while.
Okay, it's Matthew Harris. I was saying Michael, but it's Matthew Harris is the.
Can I pick the number?
You can, sure.
All right. So out of 800 pages, that's a lot of pages.
There's 803 pages. Hold on, I got my window here is fuck here. Oh, there we go. My window was way too big for this for it, so it was. I couldn't actually see the pages. That's what I'm getting at here.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have a 20-sided die. All right, and I'm gonna roll it till I get 3 numbers.
Okay.
Okay. Garrett just said roll the die. I am gonna roll the die. And I'm gonna pick it. And the first, if it's double digits, that'll be like, it'll probably be like 100 and something. But
sure.
Okay, so I got 14. So it'll be 100 page 147.
147.
Yeah, page
okay.
147.
Now, to be clear on the rules, I go by the PDF page number of the file. I don't go by the written page number because there's a slight disparity between the two.
Okay.
There are 803 PDF pages. So here's the PDF. Death Sentences by Dr. Matthew C. Harris.
It's called Death Sentences? Oh my God. I don't know what to expect here with what's going on here.
Okay. Well, you'll see very quickly.
147.
Yep. 147 is the number it's up here.
I see. That's what you said. It's a little different. All right.
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay. So do you want to participate in the reading, or would you like me
you
to
want me to read
it?
I can read it. Hold on.
Only if you're comfortable, because you gotta be able to use those code words on the fly.
Okay. So Binger.
Yep.
Bikes.
Right. And blinks.
Blinks.
Those, I think, are the most commonly used.
Wow. They're in all caps. What is going on?
Yeah.
That is all caps.
This looks relatively tame for today. So this is pretty good. I think
this is tame.
Oh yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I think the only one you're going to have to use is Binger.
Okay.
But so you're going to just start with no context. We don't need backstory on any of this. But first, I got to play the intro to the segment. Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
I'm ready.
So there we go.
I thought I had a little bit more time. I didn't know it. I didn't know what to expect.
Nope. You have no more time. So when you go and as you get down towards the bottom, I will scroll with you.
You could take over after. I'll read a good chunk.
Okay. Why don't you?
Take over?
I'll take over right after this bitch. Right
Ever
here,
in your life, bitch. All right. Cool.
Yeah. So right after that, I'll take over, and that'll be about half a page. So
right.
Oh yes, and
Good.
I want to be clear for all of the censors out there. The author of this is a black man. Matthew Harris is a black man, so this is not actually racist at all in any way. Very important to know. This is not a white supremacist. This is a black man. All right.
Brainwashed by the lesser man than death to them. The minstrel sells lifestyles of debauchery. The minstrel sells hedonic shortcuts and quick meals. The Matt Harris seeks nothing but eternal love with his wives, real and true, unending love. The lesser man encourages partying and vice. The lesser man makes you think you are missing out on something. He makes you jealous at a young age with his propaganda. Binger ain't Bambi, and Binger ain't childish. I don't need parents or chaperones. Hollywood, that's what it's always been. Selling a message of debauchery and sins as victory over life itself. The lesser man in Hollywood push this narrative full scale. They say that you must, as a woman or a male, be a sexual victim to yourself. They say you must be open to whatever they say is in season and fashion most recently. That if that means poly what the fuck amory, then the lesser man expects you to sleep with more than 70, etc. The lesser man makes up shit just to torture you and laughs while he damns you and slips you up like a novice on a basketball court, murdering them ankles, Binger. The lesser the lesser man distinguishes himself as a prophet of virtue. He tells your daughters to suck dick instead of fucking, then tells your daughters to use they asshole to pretend something else. The lesser stop it. I got a good roll here.
Sorry.
The lesser man wants your daughters having sex before they can devote their souls to a man forever. So he knows they fucking around puberty, but he doesn't let you take arranged marriages seriously. Arranged marriages are an excellent idea for Binger, who take love seriously. Commitments should be made at the same time that one commits the flesh. The flesh is a reflection of the spirit. Get it? The flesh is a dimension of the spirit. Get it? The flesh is an aspect of the soul. Got it? Don't give it up. Spitting ain't enough. Don't ever kiss or suck another man ever in your life, bitch.
The woman who cheats on her destined husband gives herself a terminal illness. The woman who cheats on her destined husband gives herself immediate pain and death. Do not seduce men in anything you do, for your husband deserves all of you. Binger, don't get excited when they read something is made by hand, especially food. The lesser man wants you to engage in cheapening your eternal vows to your spouse by rehearsing and lowering your eternity with others forever. Those connections cannot be unbroken, even if you forget them. Your previous sexual partners are connected to you. Sex that is not polluted by others is a gift from God and cosmically beyond what can be pronounced in any sentence. When you have premarital sex, really, the point isn't marriage, but the commitment and intention of forever, beyond death, beyond the flesh, beyond time itself, and beyond reality or anyone else's existence. When you have premarital sex, you degrade what is owed to your husband. The woman should not lie. She should not lie with anyone. She should not kiss anyone. She should not have boyfriends. She should seek only her destined husband and the real, only the real. No deals. Don't ask me, lesser man, what's the deal? Because there is no deal to be made. There is no deal to be made. There is only eternity. If you ain't gonna be that, get the fuck off the stage. Women and men should meet each other and come to know. Marriage should not be at a different moment than physical commitment. If you can have sex, you are ready, but do not mix the two before the one is ready to be one with the other. That meant many things. It means don't mix the bodies before the souls. It means don't have the sex before the soul is ready. It means don't have kisses and flesh commitments before the soul is ready to commit to the truth of absolute eternity. There is no need to practice. You can't perfect what isn't. You can't improve upon. You are not a car to be driven. You are not a car to be tested. You cannot take love for a test drive. You cannot ride a body live a vehicle. There is nothing to practice about eternal love. The Matt Harris's wives must all be virgins, all the way up and down. There is not up for debate or experimentation. He who shares his eternity already lost and thus is dead of the flesh and the soul. So fuck that shit. The Matt Harris's wives must be fully virgin. There is no reason to go to a world you. And that was our daily unbreaded.
Wow. And that was tame, you're saying.
Very tame. That one was very tame.
I had fun reading that. It was I used my NPR voice. That's what I was going with.
It was good. Sorry, I go with slam poetry voice. That's what I do. But see, that's it.
You have to really make a difference.
Yeah, it's all in the it's how you approach the text, right? Like that's the important part of the unbreaded text.
Yeah, of course.
So you probably
it's all about perspective, you know.
So the reason it's unbreaded is so this lunatic posts this manifesto, and on the same day he uploads hundreds of YouTube videos in a day.
Like him reading them all, or like what are the videos?
No, nothing to do with the book. Nothing to do with the text at all. It's him just talking about stuff. I mean, it's some of the same stuff, but it's mostly about how white people need to die because they're like they need apparently all Caucasoids need to kill themselves or whatever because they're so unworthy.
Wow. Well, that's not.
But one of them is him sitting there going, touchdown on paper, unbreaded. No.
Wait, he said that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be.
What the hell does it mean, though? Unbreaded.
I can't believe you don't know.
I don't know. What? What?
Let's see. Touchdown on paper, unbreaded. There's got to be. Oh shit! Unbreaded has an Urban Dictionary page. Oh, here we go. Here's the Urban Dictionary for unbreaded. To be free of worldly cares and aspirations, to no longer give a shit, unburdened, unchained, free. Touchdown on paper, unbreaded. Nope, hold up. Touchdown on paper, unbreaded. All right. Touchdown. Paper. I never give a shit. This is never to those. Touchdown. Paper. Unbreaded. Die. That's how that's the transcript of his entire video.
Wow.
And it's him. He looks just beautifully sociopathic.
Right, I kind of want to see this video now.
They got taken down.
Oh, that's a shame.
No, they're out there. They're out there. I know someone has sent it to me. There's a remix of it. Oh, is this here's the original. Law Nerd Clips has it. Thank you. So this is not the remix. This is the original of us exploring this on a show I did with Eric Hunley.
Okay. Where you watched it though.
Yeah, we watched it.
Oh, I see.
So,
okay.
So here we go.
I'm gonna go walk among the protesters.
Touchdown on paper, unbreaded. Oh wait, no. No, this is
a dramatic reading.
Never mind. That's not actually the damn it. That's just me.
That's just you saying it. That doesn't count.
That's just me saying it.
I've just heard you say it. I'm over that.
Yeah, he's better at it. I'm a mere imitator. I'm a mere imitator. Oh, fucking hell.
Chat, anyone know where it's at?
I'm sure somebody has probably. I should just check my Twitter DMs real quick because I'm sure it's there. Is it possible he said on credit? No, it's unbreaded. It's unbreaded. Oh, Nerdrotic has the clip. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Here we go.
Dude, Nerdrotic Moved to Texas.
I know.
I'm happy for him.
jealous. So you're happy. I'm jealous. Nerdrotic. Yeah, he has that unbreaded clip. Where is it? Videos. How many videos does he put out? Holy shit.
Nerdrotic, a lot.
Dude,
that dude.
is it on his backup channel?
No idea.
It must be because
But
it's.
I like Texas though. I'll be honest. Texas is awesome. I was just there this morning. I just flew from Texas.
I love it too, man.
Dude, Texas is awesome. I got a lot of good people in Texas.
Oh shit. I can't click on links from the fuck, I gotta actually when you use the studio live chat, you can't copy link. You can't actually do you can't click on the links in the chat.
Oh
my gosh. Just work. Oh my god.
Someone said Nerdrotic Daily.
Hold on, I think I have it here. Nope, I don't. Stupid thing. Okay, let's go Nerdrotic Daily. This is taking way too long now, but we're gonna do it. We're committed to it.
Yeah, we got to. For me, I want to see it. I haven't seen it, so.
Yep. Oh, here it is. Unbreaded explained. Well, sorta. Okay, yeah, it's right here at the beginning.
Nice.
So you can see this. You can see this guy.
Unbreaded.
All right, here we go.
Touchdown. Paper? Unbreaded.
What?
Ew, this guy okay?
Touchdown. On paper? Unbreaded. Right.
Is he talking to himself?
Yeah.
Touchdown. On paper? Unbreaded.
What?
The fuck?
Hold on. He's getting there.
Touchdown. Paper? Unbreaded. Right. Touchdown. Paper? I never gave a shit. This was never to these. Touchdown. Paper? Unbreaded. Die!
There you go, man.
Wow. It's what is it? Schizophrenia, where you got multiple.
What are you talking about? What do you mean? Are you implying that this man might not be functioning at a normal capacity?
Yes. Yes, I am saying that. It sounds like he's having an argument in his mind with multiple people, like 3 different people trying to figure out who's winning the argument, and the last one just yells die.
No, Madison,
that's frightening.
I didn't download the videos. I downloaded the manifesto. The videos were on the Internet Archive, and then the Internet Archive took them down. It was first they moved them behind a password where you had to sign up, and I signed up, and I was like, oh, cool. And then the archive itself took them down. So
someone's asking me if I'm a medical expert. Of course not. Seriously. If you're getting medical advice from me, you're not thinking correctly.
Okay, we've got let's see.
That's funny.
Jason says I missed his super chat. Oh, how did I miss your super chat? Oh shit, I did. There it is.
Nice,
wait, no, I didn't You
didn't get to that one yet?
No, I didn't get to that one yet. Oh wait, correction. I did skip over several because I didn't realize my window had moved down. So I've got you. I got you. Jason McConnell says, Nick, could you toast my father who passed this week? To his character, he took out life insurance at age 10 because he knew his parents couldn't afford to bury him. And he bought me the Minneapolis Olive Garden waitress to fix my virginity. Yes, I absolutely can, Jason. He passed this week. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. I really am.
Yeah, that sucks.
That sucks.
But he really bought you a waitress to sleep with you?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What a bro. what a bro this man's dad was. Okay.
Listen, son, I just paid this here waitress. She's gonna take something from you. You're gonna
Jason
thank her for it.
McConnell. To Jason McConnell's dad, a man with the foresight to even at a young age take the burden of responsibility of life upon himself and alleviate his own parents from that burden. To take that in at 10 and to carry that mentality through life is a life lesson, a character trait that is not something you can buy or learn in a school or anything like that. It's something that is grown inside of a person and hopefully planted into the next generation. Jason seems to be a good dude, and so I'm guessing his dad did some level of quality job on that. And of course, the legendary story of acquainting his own son with an Olive Garden waitress is one that I'm sure Jason will carry for the rest of his life. But to men of integrity, foresight, and character, we salute you. Cheers, brother. Godspeed, and rest in peace. Wow. Thank you, Jason. Sorry I missed that earlier. I'll get to your other chat in just a second. Janet Morgan says he is a Canadian hacker. If Canada doesn't do anything about him, can the U.S. sanction Canada for harboring a cyber terrorist? Only if the executive branch wants to. Do you think Joe Biden gives half a shit about Give, Send, Go or Canadian truckers? He just
they probably love it, dude.
He just eats his ice cream and lets Jill fluff his leg hair or whatever. Shinchan 256B. Another day of not being modded because of the generous super chat by Shinchan. If at any time he slips up, he gets modded and he knows it. He says that Uber Anon hacker who made Anonymous, he made 420chan, was around Gamergate. You can guess which side. Got a head injury and became a lunatic. He also used to creep on Gamergate girls before his retardation. He has an Encyclopedia Dramatica page. I heard he also has a Kiwi Farms thread, but I haven't checked it out yet. Maddie Ice. That's the one I read. Brittany Venti. Hey, what's up? Brittany says community development. He likes them underdeveloped. I do not like. And Flawdzilla says, Macriga in Denzel Washington voice, which I cannot do. But
Macriga. Is that good? I don't know.
I don't
saying
know.
my old name. I'm saying my own name. All right, YouTube. Jeez.
I always think of him in Remember the Titans, where he's a little goofy.
Dude,
or in John Q. He's in John Q. Very intense. No, my son has an enlarged heart, so he could fit mine. He could fit mine because he has an enlarged heart. Sorry.
Dude, Book of Eli, awesome movie.
Great movie.
I just watched it the other day.
God, that's a good one. Did you watch Children of Men with Clive Owen?
I just recently watched that one too. Yeah. Good movie.
So I know a lot of people aren't fans of the movie, which surprises me because I think it's great.
Yeah, I think it's good. I don't think it's a great movie. I think it's a good movie though.
See, so
I have a 7 something.
I have a special way to watch some movies.
Okay.
And this one qualifies as great for one reason. In the same way that House of a Thousand Corpses qualifies as a great movie. There's a moment in the movie which is film perfection. Just a moment,
which moment? What
it's
part?
the baby. It's the baby crying, right?
And everyone gets all quiet and
everything stops.
Yeah,
everything. We're talking
mid gunfight. It is a cool scene.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, the whole movie. This is the pin for the whole movie to hang, and they do it really, really fucking well, and it's great. And it's like that. That drills it home. And same with House of a Thousand Corpses. It's when the deputy gets executed by Otis.
I've never seen that one. No, I haven't seen that one. Did you just spoil it for me?
No,
I'm not gonna watch it.
Dude, it's such a.
According to you, it's a great movie. So I mean,
it's great for this one scene that is done. Like the cinematography, the execution of the scene it's perfect. It's perfect. It's this slow. So setting the stage. It's like a cannibal family, like fucking Leatherface or whatever.
Okay.
It's kind of an homage to Leatherface. And the deputies find a bunch of murdered cheerleaders on the property by accident, and then there's a big gunfight, and one of the cops runs out of bullets, and the other cops get killed. And Otis is like the brother is he's just a murderous monster, and he has the cop at gunpoint, and he gets him down on his knees with his hands behind his head, and he puts the gun like right up to his head. And then there's this like country music that's been playing through the whole gunfight. It's kind of weird.
Okay.
And then it goes silent, and the camera flips up to like looking down on them. And it's this slow, slight rotation pan away from the scene, just a slow zoom out. And it takes too long, but like just too long. And then he shoots the guy in the head. And it's perfect. It like the way they do it, it's just perfect because you're waiting. You're like, he's going to get shot. This guy's not getting away. It's not a surprise, but the way they execute the scene it's excellent.
Okay.
It's excellent. Yeah. And same thing with Children of Men. It's this excellent scene where silence is so powerful and it stops the chaos that's going on in just the right way. Anyway, I'm gay for both of those scenes.
Clearly.
Christopher DeBoz says, Nick, please check out the freedom protest in New Zealand. We turned our parliament grounds into a carnival with a music stage, food, laundry service, schooling for kids. Police have given up. Jacinda is losing her mind.
Dude,
fucking great.
I have
man.
not heard about that at all, and I'm not surprised because they probably don't want people knowing about that.
Yeah.
Dope. I'm gonna look into that.
I had heard that there was a Canada-inspired movement growing in New Zealand and in France, but I hadn't seen much more than just that. So that's awesome. There are so many countries who let me do this. New Zealand, Australia, Canada, France, all the countries that we've been making fun of, or I have at least for years and years and years. Please, for the love of Christ, teach Americans about freedom again.
Mm-hmm.
We need you because our countrymen are fucking bonkers. They've forgotten what we have and have had over you for years.
Yep.
Now we need you to rescue us. We were trying to be the inspiration for decades for you guys living where you're like, oh no, we have freedom. We have freedom the same as you. No, you don't. You don't have a written constitution that's actually enforced. And so I don't think you do. Like, no, it's the same. It's like, oh, okay. Well, then you didn't have the freedom. And we're like, told you you didn't have it. And now though, we don't have it. And we need to look. It's so embarrassing.
Yeah, I agree.
It's embarrassing that Americans are having to look to places like New Zealand, Australia, France, Spain. I don't know if Spain fucking matters. We'll stick with New Zealand, Australia, France, and Canada to get inspired on freedom. It's pathetic. Ugh. Goodness gracious. Jason McConnell says, you missed my super chat, which is fine. We got it now. I'd also add, people frequently told me they'd seen him around town buying Polish sausages out of the trunk of a car. He also left me $7.3 million, so I'm okay with the extra super chat. Well, damn. Congrats, buddy. Sad circumstances, of course. But again, a man who prepared to leave something behind for his children is the same type of man who is preparing to pay for his own, his own funeral because he didn't think his parents could. So, leave something for your kid, man. Do it.
Yep. I can't wait to have kids.
Keldrig says, have an extra 20 for the dignity Adam brought to this reading.
Thank you.
Winston says Daily Unbreaded should be in black preacher voice. I'm not quite there. Arden says, Adam bringing that NPR energy to the Daily Unbreaded. Jamie Stacklicky says, as a past Mormon, I felt a burning in my bosom during that reading of the Daily Undressed. I think it's supposed to be Unbreaded. Please roll the dice again so I may grow in faith and virtue. Tomorrow is another day. One page a day. That's all we get. That's probably all we can take, and that may be all that YouTube allows.
Yeah, true.
But so I am sorry. We did interrupt what you were saying with the unbreaded segment. So when you get banned and you're decompressing, where do you go? What do you do?
I play some guitar. Play some video games. That's I'm a big gamer. I love gaming, so I'm really looking forward to Elden Ring. I haven't looked forward to a game in a very long time, but every single thing From Software comes out with is just incredible. I played every Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, Bloodborne, Sekiro, like everything. I hear rumors that they're making another Armored Core, which I'm really hyped about. Like,
Armored Core was fucking amazing.
that was From Software, so they're
Yep.
actually working on making a new Armored Core. So it's rumor, it's not confirmed, but I think it's going to happen because now that Elden Ring's done, they worked with George R.R. Martin to build the world and write the story, which is really cool. So I'm really looking forward to Elden Ring. It comes out on the 25th of next week. Very, very excited about that. I think it's, 5 days, 6 days now? I don't know, a week. Next Thursday?
Yeah,
Is it Thursday?
it's coming out pretty soon.
I think it's
Thursday's
next
usual
Thursday.
day.
Yeah. So I'm very, very excited about that. And
They're remaking the first one on the Switch. Oh, that's great.
Remaking
great.
Armored Core on Switch.
Armored
That's
Core
cool.
1.
That's
Look,
cool.
I had no idea, right? I was at a video game store or CompUSA or something so many years ago, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's got a big robot on it. I'm gonna buy it for the PlayStation 1.
Nice.
And I think I was in high school or junior high or whatever, and so I'm like, Dad, buy me this, please. And he's like, God, you suck here. And so I can't remember actually if my parents bought it or if I bought it, because I was probably working at the time. Yeah, I would have been working at the time. So I might have saved up and bought it myself. And I got home and started playing that, and I was like, what the fuck is this? This is so cool. You got those missiles that would shoot out and then burst into like 4 and rain down fucking hell on your enemies. Oh, it was great. God, that game was awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard.
And
It's
then-
hard to turn it off though. My mind is constantly like, what's happening in the world? Like I need to maintain like a baseline of knowing what's going on. So if I'm ever in a conversation, I can handle it, because I don't want to, I learned this from being on Tim's show. Like I don't like not knowing anything about what we're talking about, and he loved it, because he got to be the smartest guy in the room, which of course he's obsessed with being. And I started doing research. So now that whenever I get banned, I'm constantly, even on like a Saturday, Nishra will ask me, my wife, she'll ask me like, hey, what are you doing right now? And I'm like, just reading the news. She's like, it's a Saturday. Like, I'm like, shit happens on a Saturday though,
it does. A lot of shit happens on Saturdays intentionally.
True. Oh fuck, dude, Clinton. Did we even talk about that? Have you talked about the fact that
I only
finally
barely know
found
stuff.
it? Oh
Yeah,
gosh, dude.
The Durham thing. I've only heard a little bit about it.
I mean, it's
real.
She paid
quick,
for someone to fucking dig up shit.
So I want to talk about that, but while we're on the subject of you chilling out, I'm curious. So I'm not a musician. I wish I knew how to play an instrument, and I was teaching myself piano a couple years ago, but then I started streaming a lot.
That's a tough instrument to learn.
Yeah, but there's a lot of books and resources, and it's like, okay, once you start to figure out the where the keys are, and you start memorizing what key is what note, you can start working through it, right? And so I was teaching myself piano, but then I started streaming a lot more, and it was over. I no longer had the time to do it. But do you like making music, or do you just like playing music?
I used to make a lot more music than I do now. Now I kind of just play a little guitar. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this thing on Kickstarter. Have you seen the theory board? No, but I want to look it up right now so I see what it is.
Because I'm about to buy this for my kids who will probably not ever use it, and then I'll like retardedly pluck at it because I don't have it in there like in me, I don't think. But it's a pretty cool device.
I got the video pulled up right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, so it's kind of like a beat maker MIDI
Sort
controller.
of. So the left side, you pick a key on
Mhm.
the LED, and then the left side is chords. It's like every possible chord for the key.
Wow.
And then as you play the chords on the right side, it live updates the notes to keep the notes in key with the chord, and also has like harmonies and stuff like that. So and it goes like down the list by octaves, and it looks like a way to actually just make music for people who are too dumb to make music.
It's pretty
But,
cool looking.
But it
It's
also
pretty
looks like
cool.
if you know how to make music, you could really make
Yeah.
something awesome.
Yeah. There's some cool things like that. There's the Orba.
I've seen that thing.
You've seen it. You know, it's a little drum repeating device. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nishra has one of those. It's pretty cool. This
Yeah.
is fun. Honestly, with all musical instruments, it just takes practice learning
Mhm.
it. And if you have an innate ability to keep a beat or hear if you're hitting a note and hear if notes go together with other notes, you can plop any instrument in the lap of any of these people and they'll figure out how to like get
Well,
it.
I
You
have a
know?
built-in metronome because all I have to do is hang my head down and then turn my head to the side, and then I got a pendulum.
All right,
over
someone
there. That's it.
someone Photoshop a dick where his mic is.
Yeah. So, well, go ahead. It doesn't matter anymore.
It's too late. It's too late.
everything's
It's already
terrible.
there. You're now
It's gonna
sucking
happen.
dick. So.
Well, no one ever said I was a virgin top to bottom. So, but man, like
Bud.
my kids are they're so talented. Like my oldest son plays guitar,
Mhm,
piano,
cool.
violin, and he can do drums, and
Oh
he could
wow,
probably play.
that's a lot of instruments.
Yeah, and it's like he just picks it up and he gets it, and he's good at it. And I'm like, God, I wish I would have practiced
Yeah.
at all as a
That's all
kid,
it
but
takes,
I
practice.
never played anything. Like it wasn't like I just skipped practice or whatever. I just never had the opportunity.
Yeah.
And it's too bad. I regret not learning an instrument when I was young.
Well,
So,
that thing looks pretty fun. I mean, those kind of things make it really easy to just kind of like feel like you're making a song when you're just hitting some buttons. And
right.
those are really fun though. You know, I really like those.
Yeah. It's cool, but
I'm gonna read
see.
this super chat because it's awesome. Maddened Moose for 20 said Melancholy Hellhound is one of the best original song I've heard in years. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me.
Oh, who made it?
That's mine. That's one of my songs. And that's really cool. I really appreciate that.
I was kidding, man. That's awesome.
I know. I really
I'll have
wanted
to
to
listen to it.
drive it home though, you know. I know
Yeah.
you're being a sarcastic ass, but it's
Look,
good. I appreciate it.
you know what you get when you're here.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That's all
It
love.
actually feels a little lacking this time. I feel like
You want
I'm
me to
trying
turn
to
it
be a
up?
little sassy, or, you know.
You want me to turn it up?
Yeah,
I
I
turn it up.
guess. Sure, if you want, you know, if you feel like it's necessary.
Well, you said it was lacking, and
I did. Yeah,
and look,
you're slacking over there.
Usually when women tell me it's lacking, I have to set my game up. That's all.
It's true. So you pop a couple Viagras.
Yeah.
Please don't have any Viagras right now. All right.
What are you talking about?
We're good.
Taking the blue. I'm very uncomfortable.
I
have been for 2 hours and 42 minutes. I got 1 hour and 18 minutes left to go before this gets really concerning.
I got to open up my top button, let up some room in there. God.
Story of my life. Oh my God. If you missed it, I called you a woman.
Did you just call me a chick?
Yes. I sure did. Get wrecked.
Oh man.
Holy shit. Okay, let's talk about this Hillary Clinton Durham thing, and then we can wrap up after that.
All right. This shit's crazy though.
So tell me about it. I'll start looking it up. Any particularly good resources?
There's a lot of different articles out there. Let me see if I actually have. Oh fuck, you know, I don't. I'm on my laptop right now.
New York Post.
I have. So the way I sit on my computer, I have a couple different setups, and now I'm traveling, so all of the tabs that I had on the shit are on my computer back where I was. So now I don't have any actually quick articles to pull up real quick, but essentially it's like John Durham has implicated that the Hillary, not necessarily Hillary Clinton per se, but her campaign did pay to basically investigate and spy on the White House to try to like drum up connections to Russia, the whole Russia thing, like blah blah blah. It was all her campaign trying to make it happen.
Oh yeah. Well, first of all, that's not surprising, but it is nice to see it validated. So here's the Washington Post's politics analysis.
You went to Washington Post?
I saw the headline. I had to go there. Fox News's Durham narrative survives the emergence of inconvenient details. Like, does it survive the inconvenient detail? I immediately want to know what the inconvenient detail that it just managed barely to survive is. Don't you?
Oh my goodness.
Don't you want to know?
Yeah, please enlighten me.
On Friday, Special Counsel John Durham, tasked by former Attorney General William P. Barr with evaluating the legitimacy of the investigation into Russia interference in the 2016 election, filed a document as part of an indictment targeting attorney Michael Sussman. In it, Durham hinted at evidence related to his story that percolated briefly. Listen to the qualifiers. Before Election Day that year, that a server affiliated with Donald Trump's private company had been in regular contact with a server associated with a Russian bank. That story was quickly debunked, but now Durham hinted that it was a function of something broader. So it was quickly debunked. That never happened.
I just linked the Fox article that talks about it
in the private chat.
Private chat, yeah.
Okay, I'll pull that up. Okay, copy link. Dude, by the way, what's your travel laptop? What do you use? What are you on?
This thing is a fucking beast, man. It's actually a little bit better than both of my desktops. It's an i9 3080.
It was a busy year.
Hold on. God damn. Just a second.
What the fuck was that? Yeah, this laptop.
I have to allow ads first.
It's an Arrow. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, I wanted
Arrow?
Yeah, well, that's the type of laptop.
Yeah, I've never heard of an Arrow. That's why I was curious.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, I love this thing.
I just got a. God damn it!
BLT says I'm gonna get him a strike now because of this story. I mean, we are really hitting it all up. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
I don't think
it is the Gigabyte Arrow. Yeah, Mike, that's what it is. i9 3080.
Oh, it's a
laptop,
gigabyte.
I know. Yeah, it's a gigabyte. Yeah.
So, dude, behind me there, I got the Surface Studio laptop there on the desk. The thing's amazing.
Yeah, Surface they're not powerful though.
This one is. This one has it's
got a 38 in there.
It's got a 3050. It's got a 3050. But
sorry.
I don't really game on it anyway. But it's a 3050, but it's an i9. I think it's either an i7 or an i9. I can't remember. But I mean, just in general though, like these things are getting so fucking powerful.
Yeah.
And just like the small form factor, and it's I've been loving it, man.
Hold on, look at the freaking air. Hold on, let me see if I could pull it up and show you guys. Look at the freaking airflow on the bottom of this thing.
Oh damn, that a 17-inch laptop or 15?
I'm not sure how big the actual.
That's pretty big, Adam.
I know. Say it again. Tell me more.
It's
Who's
bigger
the chick
than
now,
I thought
bitch?
it would be. Adam, Crigler Chan, it's so big. It's bigger than I thought it would be. I don't know what to do with it.
It's a 4K screen, and I honestly, when I go from this to another, my other shit, it's like it sucks because like the 4K screen on this thing looks so good that I'm just like, oh my gosh, I fucking love this thing.
Yeah.
I need 4K, yo.
I just what they're doing with screens in general is so ridiculous.
Mhm.
I just ordered I pre-ordered the Samsung the new tablet, the Tab S8 Ultra,
Okay.
and I have an S7 Plus, which is cool. But the S8 Ultra, like the screen is supposed to be just fucking ridiculous. And it's like, and when you pick up a phone and like the phone screens are so good, it's like,
Mhm.
how, what were we doing for so many years of these shitty, like, I think about a curved CRT that I used to play games on, like
Yeah.
Armored Core. When I bought it, I was playing it on a 27-inch Sanyo CRT
Sanyo.
TV. And it's like, it had like a burnt in part at the bottom right because I left it on playing Final Fantasy VII overnight. I was like,
The little
fell
spinning
asleep.
thing in the corner. Yeah.
It's,
That's
it's
funny.
like, and guy, you look at screens now and they're like, they're so good. They're
It's
so ridiculous.
disconcerting sometimes because it looks so real that it's like you know what I mean? Like you're looking at like a person standing there, and it
Yeah.
doesn't it feels like you're watching like a home movie or like, you know, a camcorder, because it's like, I don't know, there's something like weird about seeing too good of graphics.
Yeah, it's the uncanny valley.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's like this looks too close to real. And the cameras on shit are getting so good that
Mhm.
it's terrifying. And I love it. I love every second of it. I want more. That's all I want.
Yep.
Inject good cameras and good screens into my veins. I actually like if the camera and the screen are nice, I don't really care what the fuck else. I don't even care if phones make phone calls most of the times. Like I actually don't want phone calls. Please leave me alone.
Yeah,
But,
exactly. Straight to
it's,
voicemail.
man, they oh god, it's good. It's good stuff. Okay, here, I got this Fox thing pulled up without all the they get really mad when you put pop-up blockers on stuff.
I know, it's annoying.
So Clinton campaign paid to infiltrate Trump Tower. White House servers to link Trump to Russia. Durham finds. They write the way they write
It's like
news
the
headlines.
opposite. It's the opposite of Washington Post, you know? You got to find the middle ground.
Tech executive one, his associates exploited this arrangement by mining the EOP's DNS traffic and other data for the purpose of gathering derogatory information about Donald Trump. So here we go. Lawyers for Clinton campaign paid a technology company to infiltrate servers belonging to Trump Tower. Well, Trump should have just done bleach bit on the servers. I heard that works.
Right.
You just go ahead and bleach bit those things and hammer smash the cell phones and everything's great. And later the White House, in order to establish an inference and narrative to bring two government agencies linking Donald Trump to Russia, a filing from special counsel John Durham found. He filed a motion on February 11th focused on potential conflicts of interest related to the representation of former Clinton campaign lawyer Michael Sussman, who's been charged with making false statements to a federal agent. Sussman has pleaded not guilty. No, they were true.
Dude,
good luck.
They spied on the fucking White House, man.
Yeah. This is Sussman, right? Or is this Durham? Oh,
No,
this is Durham.
Yeah, it's Durham.
Kind of looks like Wilford Brimley took testosterone pills.
That's Colonel Sanders' older brother that went to war and like fought and survived.
I got tired of going down on bushy bitches, so I built my own. I'll tickle you back, girl. What is happening?
She loves it when I go down on her.
The indictment against Sussman says he told then FBI General Counsel James Baker in September 2016, less than 2 months before the election, that he was not doing work for any client when he requested and held a meeting in which he presented purported data and white papers that allegedly demonstrated a covert communications channel between Trump and Alpha Bank, which has ties to the Kremlin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did not do any work for anyone. No, not at all.
I wasn't
sure.
literally just being paid by the Clinton Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Durham's filing in a section titled Factual Background reveals that Sussman had assembled and conveyed the allegations to the FBI on behalf of at least 2 specific clients, including a technology executive at a U.S.-based internet company. Who's that?
Yeah.
In the Clinton campaign.
His
Whose internet company won?
His name is Sussman.
So why would you ever trust this fucking guy?
Dude.
Throw him out the airlock.
Right out the airlock. Yeah.
That should be his sentence. If he gets found guilty of this, they should send him up to the International Space Station and blow him out the airlock.
All right.
That's what has to happen.
We got to do it quick because that shit's going down in the next, 2030 is actually when they're bringing it down. But I don't know if you know, they're ending the International Space Station program.
Oh, are they?
Yep. I mean, space
Okay.
is becoming commercialized. It's only a matter of time before it becomes like a normal thing to go to space.
Can you imagine if they didn't do this, you know what would happen, right? They'd be sending these shitty like shuttlecraft up to the space station, and like it'd be like the boomer thing, and then Elon Musk would have like a giant floating hotel like
Hey
right
guys!
next to it.
Hey!
Right. Just making fun of it with a giant LED screen for a wall. Look at your shitty space station.
And all it says is just "Okay, boomer."
Yeah.
I mean, the shit was made in like 2000, like the late 90s. This shit is old.
You got to give
It was only
credit
supposed
to
to last
NASA.
15 years.
You got to give credit to NASA. Like they built shit to last way longer than it should, and it's hilarious that it does.
All products need that.
The Hubble was supposed to come down like 2 decades ago.
That's
or
true.
something.
That was like early 90s. Damn.
It's insane.
We
And
finally got the James Webb. I mean, that was supposed to go up in 2015. We finally brought it up like what 2 months ago.
I heard the telescope had COVID. It was very unfortunate. It just couldn't launch until it got over it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Webb telescope's up, and I've been following the news about that a little bit because it's kind of interesting.
James Webb? Dude,
yeah.
That shit is proven Einstein right. It's already making waves. It's pretty cool, dude. Did you hear that they actually created a time dilation in a warp bubble?
I do that every time I'm in the bathtub and I fart. So that's my warp bubble.
There's so much cool science stuff that's happened in like the past 2 weeks that I'm like itching to talk about on my show. So I'm looking back. I'm looking forward to being back.
I did hear that. But if you're going to talk science, I have a recommended guest for you.
Okay.
It's renowned science and physics expert, attorney Joe Neerman of Good Logic.
Oh yeah, Joe. All right.
Yeah.
I'll have him on my show.
You should 100% have Joe on, especially if you talk about things like relativity or quantum mechanics or time dilation, any of that. Just please have Joe on. So
why is everyone in chat yelling no?
So, look, he will truth pill you on how Einstein was a moron and all of his theories are wrong and everything doesn't exist. It'd be perfect.
It's funny.
Look at this guy. Like, he eats fish whole.
He just pulls the spine out, and everything just comes through, and then he filters it.
He's like, I'm hungry. Put krill in the tank, and then he just goes through the water and eats.
Oh.
Damn it. The filing revealed that Sussman and the tech executive had met. This is Jack Dorsey. It is, right? It's got to be Jack.
Right.
It's got to be Jack. I don't think it's Zuckerberg, because I don't think Zuckerberg concerns himself with mere mortals anymore.
Yeah.
Like after he ripped out the actual Zuckerberg and just put on the flesh suit over the Facebook controlled AI, like at that point he's like, you've seen that clip, right?
What?
Where he says,
he's a robot. I'm a human. I'm human.
Program error, reboot, reset.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Or
who fucking says that?
The picture of his reverse articulating knees.
What? I didn't see that.
Oh, we gotta pull this picture up.
What the fuck? Like,
I'm pretty sure.
What was that? What was that freaking movie?
Zuckerberg knees. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have
where
it
there's
right.
like, it's with Charlie Sheen and aliens. I what is that movie? Chat, you guys know what I'm talking about? Where there's this human and their knees go backwards, reverse articulate like that. The Arrival. Thank you.
Look at this shit. Look at his knees.
What?
They go the wrong way. The endoskeleton stepped in backwards.
Is
that
he
day.
wearing like mom jeans?
He's got a little flair to him, maybe. Little
They're
flare
like-
leg.
I don't understand how that makes sense. I'm trying to like make it make sense, you know? I always try to do like, all right, how could it be like, are they really baggy and there's just a lot of extra material in the front that somehow I
Dude,
don't know.
Look at the curvature here.
Yeah, that's weird.
There's
I
more
got-
curvature on his knee than the earth.
That's pretty weird. All right, I'm not gonna lie, that's a little weird. That dude is a little freaky.
It's just it's a shame that Mark Zuckerberg was killed by the AI so long ago. You know, his bones are just sitting in his college closet still.
Yeah, right.
there's just a USB cord that's smoldering on the ground next to him.
Yeah, right next to the tank that he was grown in. Just like you are now replaced. With
It's like,
this.
what unguents and ointments do you apply daily to keep the flesh suit from necrotizing? I need to know.
Yeah, right. Just got to go get his batteries replaced every so often, and he'll be fine.
Actually, that's why I developed USB-C so I could charge faster. So yeah, the tech executive worked with Sussman, a U.S. investigative firm retained by Law Firm One on behalf of the Clinton campaign. We know about this, right? This is, and the U.S. investigative firm is that Christopher Steele, right?
Yeah, the Steele dossier.
Yeah. Numerous cyber researchers and employees at multiple internet companies to assemble the purported data and white papers. In connection with these efforts, Tech Executive One exploited his access to non-public and or proprietary internet data. The filing states. Tech Executive One, why isn't this guy on trial? Also enlists the assistance of researchers at a U.S.-based university who were receiving and analyzing large amounts of internet data in connection with a pending federal government cybersecurity research contract. That should be able to be looked up. I would think someone can figure out who the hell is that? Was it Penn State or Stanford or something? You know, it's not like Harvard or MIT. It'll be something just like a rung or two down.
Yeah, exactly.
Tech Exec One tasked these researchers to mine internet data to establish an inference and narrative tying then candidate Trump to Russia. Durham states, isn't this like internet or election interference? Like, isn't that that's what they would call it if it was done the other way?
Correct. That is absolutely correct. And then you add in all the times where all these different people were saying like, don't worry, Trump isn't going to win. We've made sure of it. All of it. This is 2016 YouTube. All right. I'm talking about in 2016, these politicians were actually saying it. Hillary Clinton herself said, I was supposed to win. I wasn't supposed to lose. Like Trump stole the election, all that kind of stuff. In 2016, I'm talking about 2016. I literally got a strike for, I just don't want to risk your channel.
No. I get it.
Crazy about it.
I appreciate it. And we're not, again, we're not saying that anything happened because Trump ended up winning that election.
Yeah, exactly.
So these efforts were made and they failed. So that's fine. Real quick, Music and Fiction has the answers that we're looking for. He says, Nick, internet company number one is Newstar, which has had contracts with the federal government going back to the Obama administration.
What a
Tech
surprise.
exec number one is Rodney Jaffe, Newstar CEO. He's got connections to Clinton.
Of course. All
So
right.
so there you go. So that's what's going on there. And Durham also writes that during Sussman's trial, government will establish that among the internet data Tech Executive One and his associates exploited was domain name, system, DNS, internet traffic pertaining to a particular healthcare provider, Trump Tower, Donald Trump's Central Park West apartment building, and the executive office of the President of the United States.
The White House.
Yep. That's
Crazy,
that's
dude.
insane.
Yeah.
Very, very insane. So who do you trust? Who do you trust? Do you trust this man who looks like he eats cinder blocks for breakfast? Or do you trust this man who gargles a semen shake for breakfast? I mean, which one is it? Which one is it? Look at those cheeks. That's what happens when you have too much man protein going in, being ingested in the mouth. It puffs out. You have an allergic reaction to it. Don't ask how I know.
I think it's also from like stretching from dicks being shoved in there too, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, well, that's what happens up here. It's actually hollow up here, and people shove their penises up this way, and it pushes out on the upper cranium.
Oh God.
Very, very dangerous.
Oh man.
It's a dangerous life that Sussman lives. What a wild story. We're still doing this.
I know. It's crazy.
It's been 6 years, and I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad that they're still going after it, because normally you're like, investigation's been going on forever. Can we just drop it? No, I'm not even mad, because this shit was so corrupt and so crazy.
Yeah. Yo, Nick, I gotta say, I was in Texas this morning. I had to wake up at 4.
I know you gotta go.
And I had a 7 a.m. flight, and it's 2. I am freaking dying, bro. I am so tired.
Get the hell out of here.
I love coming on your show. I have a blast chat. You guys are awesome. But Nick, thanks for coming on. Or thanks for having me on. See, I'm tired.
No, it's anytime you want me to come on your show, I'm happy to do so. So thank you for having me here tonight.
You've been on a couple times. It's great to have you on my show.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. I hope your channel doesn't get nuked for this episode. I feel like we hit every single thing that could potentially get us banned.
We just went for all of them.
Let's just, you know what? If we're gonna go, we're going for broke.
Let me show nipple on screen. See if that helps.
Just, you know what? I gotta prove I'm not a chick. So let's go out with a bang.
Okay, when you get back on, brother, let me know. I would love to come on and chat with you over on your channel again, as always.
Yeah, let's do it in March. I'm back in March, so
okay.
I'm hitting the ground running back and full. Thank you, chat. You guys are awesome. I see a lot of people saying goodnight. You guys are awesome, and appreciate it. Usually, I would normally just stay until we ended, but I am.
Dude, I know how that travel day is.
I just hit the wall, and I looked at the clock, and it's 2, and I'm like, holy shit! I've been up for almost 24 hours. I can't even think, but I am tired. So yeah,
I know how it goes, and I have a show at 7:30 in the morning.
You're crazy, dog.
I know. I hate my life.
You're crazy, man. You stream a lot, but
too much, but it's too much fun. Yeah, man. Have a good night. Thanks so much for coming on. It sucks what happens to you, of course, but
that's all right.
Yeah, when you get back, let me know, and we'll do more shows, man.
Sounds good. I'm a fighter. I'm not going to stop just because they want me to. So, good. You guys have a good night, Nick.
All right,
I'll
peace,
see you
brother.
next time. Later.
Yep. Later. Well, there we go. There we go, guys. Oh, look, I'm gonna do this. Oh, I've been wearing these headphones so much. So I haven't even sent my molds off for my monitors yet, because I'm at home all the time streaming, and I need to just box them up and give them to the person who drives our kids and say, please take these by the post office and send them. But I gotta get them sent out, because these are great, but my virgin narrow ear canals are getting penetrated too hard. So yeah. And I need to send those off. I already paid for them. I got to do it. Okay. Let's read through the rest of the chats. Yes, I have another stream in just over 5 hours. We're going to try and wrap this up. There will not be Twitch tonight. The trial days, they're too early. And today I didn't even get a nap today. Normally I take a nap between the morning stream and the night stream, but I had to drive an hour each way to get my kid a suit. And so now I need to go to sleep. But we'll excuse me. We will get these super chats read. Law Nerd Clips says, Adam, sorry. To catch up, I made a UCLA Manifesto playlist with Nick reading parts of it. Includes Nick's Mengele auto-tune. And I just uploaded the law panel reacting to Touchdown on Paper Unbreaded. Check it out to laugh really hard, Lamau. Eugene says, speaking about serious questions, no balls, of course, because this way you can always plead down to hetero flexibility, or even just loving the big, just loving big clitorises. Balls, it's full-time YouTube mod for life without the possibility of parole. Nope, balls is the answer. Sorry, buddy. It just is. It's science. It's science. I think there was a super chat or two that came in right before the stream that I got to grab real quick. because I don't think I grabbed those pre-stream chats right away. And I will be checking Odyssey as well. I think I missed the Odyssey chats from this morning. I apologize. Jay Liebgott says, check out Trudeau's Emergency Act speech. Zoom in on Freeland, left hand of the screen. She looks like she's mouthing his speech. Hilarious. Play it for us. Not tonight. It's way too late, but maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Oh, yeah. There was no Vic news tonight, guys. No Vic news tonight. I did check. Nothing happened. Darth Robert Shaw from something says, you all have a blessed soul, and I hope everyone stays safe, and maybe Adam will go at least 2 weeks without being banned next time. Cheers, mate. Good luck. And he also says, it's 4 p.m. here, so I'm still working and listening. Thank you, Darth Robert Shaw. Very much appreciated. Rael says, Adam Crigler has been banned from this show. Should be. Eldritch Blasted says, did y'all see the Give Sin Go hacker uploaded a meltdown on TikTok? Nick, what are the legal implications? Can he be sued and taken to court? Also, Foodaballs, he should be taken to criminal court is what should happen. What he did was a criminal act. But he won't be. Could he be sued? Yes, but what are you going to take from someone who needs? What does someone who has to crowdfund access to their own child have to take? Right, some random internet personality crowdfunding access to their own child. There's nothing to sue them for. They have embarrassingly little. Now, I'm being very specific there. This is someone who hacked a whole bunch of banks or whatever, but can't scrounge up the filing fees for the kid, I guess. El Gonzo says, latent heteroflexible. How do I super chat on ODC? On Odyssey? There's a super chat function, the same as others. Darth Robert Shaw says it's Binger in the shadows getting revenge. Let's see. Where did these leave off? Dark Fox 2000 says, tell that dork to come out and visit us. Nick, I'm moving about 25 to 30 minutes east of you. Adam knows who I am via internet. Beers. Dude, when you move out here, let me know. I will gladly meet up with you. Silky Johnson, these are Shure 535 in-ear monitors. That's what I use. They're the best headphones I've owned as far as sound quality goes. I've tried a bunch of different headphones, wired, wireless, in-ear, fucking everything. These have the most ridiculously robust sound I've tried, but I ordered some 64 audio in-ear monitors with custom molds. So I'm really looking forward to those, but I got to get the fucking things mailed off. Jeff K says, wait, dude, I thought a fake copyright infringement claim resulted in their ban like a slap law. In their ban? Oh, yeah, it's supposed to, but try and get we'll see if YouTube will enact a strike for a false copyright claim against the Dan Abrams multi-channel network, Abrams Media Group. We'll see if they do. They won't. There's no way. The Abrams Media Group has a multi-channel network that negotiates with YouTube privately, by the way. In case anybody wants to know that they don't play fair. They don't play fair. Psychedelicide, I will probably have to cover the Potter hearing either during the lunch break of the Curtis Reeves trial or after the Curtis Reeves trial. Or that night. I don't know yet. Yeah, NFF, yes, the A18Ss. Those are the 64 audios I'm getting. A18S. Don't look them up. Don't. They're completely unnecessary. They're way more than I need. I know, but they're a tax write-off. So when you're purchasing for a year-end tax write-off, you spend the most you possibly can. Plastic African says, give me liberty or give me death. Phoenix Lord Azerman says, Total War Warhammer 3 is great. If just got Cathay through the realm of I just got Cathay through the realm of Slanesh, you'll like it, Nick. Run your bear cavalry. Very fun. Very fun. Darth Robert Shaw from the Crigler Empire says, Cetra the Imperishable is the only way to peace. Josiah Fitch says, what's up, Adam? Just wanted to say your appearance on You Are Here was awesomely hilarious. Very cool. DLC. Hey, I was just wondering when and where. I don't know. I know we don't talk about it. And yes, I'll make your soap. Okay. Uriah Wright says, so Adam, how does it feel to be the next Alex Jones? Ethan Flesh says, screw you, Crigler, you hipster doofus figgot. Says, you're nothing without Tim Pool, and Tim Pool is nothing without me. You owe all your success to me. Very good. Sword and Scale says, Zuby tried to slip you something and tap that. All he had to do was ask. Yeah, NFF, I know as an audio file, it's not all that expensive. But for what I need, right, like audio over a stream, it's way more than I need. But again, income dump. Voice of a Free America says, wait, Becca, the @SS Recca used lube after roofing you, Nick. Oh yeah, the ass Recca. Wait till I tell Drex. Wiggles says, Ricada is a lightweight. I once woke up covered in blood and I couldn't remember why. True story. It was in Minneapolis too. Turns out most of it was mine. Kevin Dorr says, Spotify is refusing to release a recorded Joe Rogan episode with Majid Nawaz recorded 3 weeks ago. Today it was reported Joe Rogan Experience deal was 200 million, not 100. What's your price to be bought out? Well, let a freedom-loving platform talk to me about it, and then we'll see. We'll see what the price is. It would have to be pretty significant, but I'd be willing to talk. Absolutely. Exclusivity on a freedom-loving platform is certainly in the realm of possibility, but you better not bitch up, because I'll write the contract so that you still have to pay me when you cancel me. The Bad Burrito says, if Murphy roofied you, at least that would explain why your butt didn't hurt the next morning. Touche. Automata says, it looks short, but only because it's wide. Rackets. BBTD LTD says, love your journey, Adam. Hope that much shorter than your grifter shares the money. That much shorter than you grifter shares the money. P.S. Please invade once you remove Biden. Voice of a Free America says, say this is Trump. Companies are buying leftist loyalty to survive the communist takeover. Renogenic says 50,000. What for? Are you buying my exclusivity for a month? No. You need much more than that. Jason McConnell says, want to know how bad Canada is? I've invested most of my money into Minnesota. Shit. Good luck. Andrew War Snowboard says, Trevor Bauer has been informed by the DA they will not be pressing charges. Let's go. Brindor Rain says, bros, get the fuck off from YouTube. Follow the Salty Cracker model and get on Odyssey and Rumble. I'll start watching him on YouTube and finish the show on Rumble. You both are great. Thanks for the great content. Well, we will be, like I said, I'll be moving, or I'll be adding Rumble to the streaming, and then we'll see how it develops. Ponton21 says, over the target, unity is what they fear. That's why division is $1 billion industry. BK, message retracted. Eric L, if a law is unjust, a man is not only right to disobey it, he is obligated to do so, quoting Thomas Jefferson. BK says, Nick, check out the video on counter protester up there carrying Chinese flags. Laura B. Dannon says, check out the docuseries, The Red, White, and Blueprint on YouTube. Our NorCal County just recalled a supervisor over not standing up to Newsom. Do I do birthday parties? Sure. Where? Where is that? Baxter says Tim Pool interviewed Stephen Marsh on his book, The Next Civil War. Interesting discussion. Scary on what the future may be. Love your channel, Nick. Hey, thank you. I have such sights to show you. Says if Putin had wanted Ukraine, he would have taken it during the Maidan Revolution 2014. Instead, he just got Crimea to join Russia. He got all he wanted. 2D Harem King Jack says, can Adam read our Daily Unbreaded segment? Turns out he did. Well, for half of it. K-Pack says Nick was really drunk when I got there at 12, but didn't have another drink. He disappeared for 30 minutes. The other guy and I gave up. Now we know. Sorry, man. I really did not expect the night to go that way. Not at all. Christopher DeBow says, please look at the anti-mandate protests in New Zealand. We turned our parliament grounds into an awesome carnival. Angry Bellsprout says they are just upset the truckers failed to burn, loot, and murder their way across Canada like a truly peaceful protest would have done. Cowboy Shit says Lydia took it. Goody564, welcome to super lawyer status, man. Thank you. Angry Bellsprout says, at what point do we rake the leaves into freedom? One step too far says YouTube hashtag TOS is salad. Bad Weather Biker says this channel has amazing content. All the guests are great, especially Drex. Yeah, I can't wait for him to come out again. I don't know when it will be. Hopefully soon. But yep, I love all the guests. Bogey34 says, please argue juice versus red lights instead of seatbelts. Callan Shaw Indie Games says, yeah, YouTube sucks, but it lets me see Adam Crigler, my favorite man, who I might name a son after, at his suggestion, 72320. So here's 7 for you and 3 for the big goog. Hey, thank you. Mangy Coyote says, word is that the Canadian Convoy has classic rock bands, including an 80s pop iconic group booked for Saturday on Parliament Hill in Ottawa. Hashtag freedom. Too many clamps says in Richard's voice, Your Honor, it's ma'am. It's ma'am. Ryan, the editor, I already talked about how bad my next morning was. So it was not fun. I did not enjoy that at all. I was looking for something. Oh, I remember. Gonna read the Odyssey chats real quick. We have, come on, the Odyssey chats. Let's get it together. Padre Mortalis says Boca. Well, yes. Bob Piffle says, how'd you get from Houston, Texas to central Minnesota? Do you fish hunt up there? Personal bests. No, I don't fish or hunt. I'm not, like, fishing is fine, but it's not something I do on the regular. Okay, the Odyssey chat just broke, so let me pull up the Odyssey window. I don't know what the hell is happening. We'll have to read through these. But how we got up there is my dad worked for Cray Computers for like 35 years. And he started down in Houston because he worked for Control Data and then worked for Cray. And Cray moved us to Minnesota. So I think the headquarters of Cray was in Bloomington or Edina or St. Paul or something. Now it's in Bloomington by the Mall of America. And I think it was bought by Hewlett Packard now. But yeah, so that's why we moved up to Minnesota. It was my dad's job. That's what got us here. But I would love to do some hunting, but I need someone to teach me how to field dress a deer. So before I can do that. And then Root Beer Buzzed says, friend asked me if you like Wendy's. I'm thinking, yeah, it's okay. I don't dislike Wendy's. So let's see. Soon you'll have to read chats from 3 websites. No fucking kidding. Okay. Jason ZRX12 says, here is some Odyssey money units. I have no idea what these money units are. They're Libri coin. That's what they are, whatever that means. Elgonzo 1000 says, here you go, you cuck. Touchdown on paper, unbreaded. So sick of YouTube shifting super chat censorship. Me too. It doesn't make any sense. Trying to get to the other ones from this show. Kentucky Life says, show him unbearded or unbreaded, and then the remix. I'll send him the remix. Herman Arminius says, being realistic, it is far more likely Putin is poking Ukraine to rile up the American press to sow even more distrust between the American people and the Western media government complex. He's obviously interested in his own goals, though our media and government don't deserve trust. He also says, speaking of pre-existing conditions, when are you going to have Mr. Medicare to talk about the Gun Lord's fall? If Jim ever wants to come on, he can. I do not. Since I lost my original Twitter account, I do not have DMs with Medicare anymore. If he wants to come on the show or have me on his show, I'd happy to do so. But I don't know that Jim is super interested in talking about Ralph all the time. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. But yeah, so I'd have him on at any time, though, to talk about Ralph or whatever else. I like Jim, even though he doesn't have internet friends, because he's just a cranky bully. So mean. Herman Arminius says, given the choice, how would you prefer to die? Beaten by cops and blamed as an OD, sent to die in Ukraine for Biden's polls, lectured by David Pacman, crushed by Ralph, or trapped in a room with Pinky Twinkie, the cyber terrorist. Well, you wouldn't die on E. I would, if I had to choose, I guess, lectured by David Pacman. Seems the least horrific. Publius 88 says, we need Drexel to read some of this shit. I agree. What else there? Okay. That's the Odyssey chats. Thank you. Mangy Coyote. Read that one. BBTD LTD says, let me decide on my own what to put in my body. Jack Murphy probably. Would love to see Drex and Adam on a show together. Peace. Brewing Bears says, how many self-armed Americans do you think it would take to annex Canada? My guess is 14 at this point. Mid-tier out. Well, apparently the entire government loyal Canadian security force are all stuck getting lattes inside Ottawa and can't get out. Mid-tier Alpha says, Brittany Venti doesn't believe it, but she is naturally entertaining. Even the ghost of Mr. Hitchens would be charmed. Christopher DeBow says, Brittany, may I have some coochie? Solace Greer says, new Team Sneed game on Steam to make Twitch cry. Yes, I have it. Tyrone versus Police. It will be. I do want to play it with the golden blicky. Baffled Buffoon says, Quarter Black got my name right first try. Just saying. 100K Hitman, welcome to Paralegal. Gordo Fabulous says, honk out. Don't Gail talk about something like that? Yeah, maybe. Nice to Lizard says, I'm honking. Cryptic and Ethan Flash, welcome to Paralegal Status. Maddie Ice says, they have Wikipedia has labeled this a conspiracy theory tags on flat earth videos. Kill me. Shouting from the cheap seats says, honk. Timothy Reaper says, Ryan Long put out a short about why children should wear masks. Want to watch it with us? No, I want to go to bed. Sorry, not tonight. It's a Small Girl says, thanks, I hate it. Lol, I just dislike that it looks like he's totally getting off on it. Barf-worthy, especially since he may have done it for the government. That's the hacker twink or whatever. Trainer Red says, Untitled Goose Game or Truck Simulator for game night. It's the Goose Game is certainly an option right now because I didn't know it existed and it sounds very fun. It's a Small Girl says, go find Jinx's video from 12 hours ago. It's much better. Cooper Chauvin says, Fall Guy LARPing is hacker. Eric the Red says, that hacker has more balls bounce off his chin than a basketball court. Malefic says, good game devs are labor supporters. I'm sure a bunch of socialists won't mind sharing their game for free if you catch my drift. Visidia says, there's a lot of counterfeit Adderall going around. It tends to be spiked with meth. They just painted the appropriate color, betting that's what's up with him. Brittany Venti says, community development. He likes them underdeveloped. E. Poindexter, message retracted. Thank you, Brewing Bear. If I could, I would deal with them quick, but family first. General, I've been watching the Reeves Stand Your Ground hearing. Same judge, same lawyers, and same witnesses. These people really don't like each other. Can't wait for the defense tomorrow. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the defense. I really am. I think it's going to be great. Maddie Ice says DEA classifies drugs by chemical structure. If you flip a hydrogen here and a carbon there, they have to re-go through the process of prohibiting. People versus Preds sends fire, fire, fire. Sword and Scale says Seth Rogen looks weird after losing so much weight. The Rowdy Pope says, you know your personal manifesto is good when you learn something new each time you read it. Daniel Erler says, we must give thanks to the Matthew Harris for gracing us with the gift and divine wisdom of the Negronomicon. May we all remain unbreaded. 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 I didn't actually turn on the auto tuner for that. Sorry. I'm sure it sounded terrible. 2D Harem King Jack says, this is thanks to Soy Jesus reading the Holy Scripture. Vienna Waits for You says, well, actually, it's extremely racist, but in a good way because it's a black man doing the racist thing. I'm Nobody says, after his reading from our Daily Unbreaded, I take back calling my Crigler a coward. He's cool. Smitty's going to be pissed you didn't let him, though. That's true. He will. Sometime we'll have to have Smitty back to read it. Gallows the Media says, page-based, but Adam was unbreaded Binger preacher. Tet says, what in the wide world of sports did we just read? It was great. It was great. Eric Winberg says, the Crigler show was great. Creep was erased. Charlotte Svengren, welcome to Paralegal. JB says, hey, Adam, I ordered some coffee, impatiently waiting for it to arrive. It better be unbreaded. Unbreaded. Battle Elf says, Elijah Schaefer is really Chaz Bono and a bunch of rainbows. Kay Shallow Williams says, good evening, Adam and Nick. Thanks for the awesome show. Wanted to shout out Vic's coming to Super Minicon in Oklahoma City in March for anyone interested. Very cool. If you're in Oklahoma City or near there and want to see Vic, go check him out. Brandon Daniel says, no, Adam, you are wrong. Bitter Snuffleupagus says, what remedy is there if one branch of the government is compromised, Nick? For instance, if the legislative branch from top to bottom is compromised. It's not pretty. It's really not a pretty thing. So I don't know how to answer that question without getting in trouble, because it basically involves arresting Congress through military action by the president, if that's the case. But the idea is that it's supposed to be impossible to compromise all of Congress. That's the whole purpose of Congress being multiple members. Now, they capped it at 535, which they should not have done. It should always have been 100 senators, or 2 per state. But then the number of House members should not have been capped, and they should get paid a lot less, and they should represent far less people. But yeah, Viva la Revolution. Christopher DeBose says, energy weapons and armored core are OP. Tank track legs for the win. Tank track legs are good. I like the quad leg setup usually. Music and Fiction says, beat your ass. John Wilford Brimley Durham. Ryoji Mata says, the hacker doxed himself so people know where he lives now. Only a matter of time. Music and Fiction says, we read that one. Amateur Ant says, the CIA has their hand in Facebook, Google, Twitter, YouTube, and yes, even Rumble. Also says, we have to get rid of the CIA, FBI, NSA, ATF, and any other alphabet soup group. Won't happen, but it would be nice. Root Beer Buzz says, Wendy's nuts, slap your chin. Oh, Wendy's. There you go. Poorly Redacted says, waterboarding at Guantanamo Bay sounds like fun if you don't know what either of them really are. Meg Best says, China is pushing Russia to invade Ukraine so China can invade Taiwan. U.S. would have 2 fronts then, and the Silk Road would progress faster. And Brewing Bear says, say when we all stream Untitled Goose Game, I'm down. Yeah, that'll be fun. I'll see if I can get that together. I don't know, maybe this weekend or something. Or we'll see. That's the show, guys. I gotta I got to go to sleep. I got to set up tomorrow's show and go immediately to bed. I will catch you in the morning, 7:30 a.m. That's less than 5 hours from now. And we will continue on with Curtis Reeves. I will try and fit the Kim Potter sentencing hearing during lunch, or maybe at the end of Curtis Reeves. I think hers is at 9. So we would be, if we wait till lunch, it'll be about 2 hours behind when it happens. Guessing sentencing on hers is going to be half hour to an hour of time, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. As always, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Peace. Peace.
Oh, he drinks a fair bit, but you realize that it just helps get his noggin jogging along. With his glass by his side and his kids asleep tight, we'll hear some lost-plaining tonight. With his microphone muted, we'll laugh at this boomer until he explains it's all part of the plan. Watch his face become redder as he becomes meta, raging at idiots from Twitterland. From the white shores of Maine to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed, to make the law what we have now. Oh, his lady is fair, and she handles herself with the grace of one who has borne many children. As the wife of a lawman, she makes sure that he has the time and the place to provide for them there. So pour out an Ardbeg, a Balmore, a Lafroig, the spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea post on Twitter, as we hear lost-plaining tonight. From the white shores of Nan to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed, to make the law what we have now. Oh, the guests are all planet folks, from Dante to Drexel. They bring their perspective and spice to the mix. But the reason we're here and the one that we cheer is the one who is showcasing us his career. Spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea post on Twitter, as we hear lost-plaining tonight. From the white shores of Nan to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed, to make the law what we have now.